Welcome to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I am Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, and we are coming to you from the Lennox High School Gymnasium in Lennox, South Dakota.
To Tanager Basketball, brought to you by
I don't know if you can hear that, but I certainly can, so give me just a moment.
Jen Ashley, and we are coming to you from the Lennox High School Gymnasium.
All right. Yeah, you get enough windows pulled up on your computer, you just hear just about everything. All right, this is going to be a great night of basketball. We have two evenly matched teams. We have the Tanager girls at 14-3 coming in and taking on the Lennox Orioles girls at 14-4. Lennox girls are coming off that big victory over T area on Friday. I was sitting at the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles game watching that on my phone. I felt like really important. I was multitasking, you know, and anybody that knows multitasking, then you feel like you're a big mover and shaker. I'm not, but it felt like it. You know, that counts for something, right? And then the Lennox boys come in, especially now with Porter Enan. They are, just let me double check. Yeah, they are 11-4, and Vermilion is 10-5 on the season. And I will double check that record, but that's what I had written down here. But with Porter Enan, the USD signee, probably the best player in the state. He's just not getting a lot of publicity this year just because he's been injured off that football season. But he came back a couple of weeks ago. He's averaging almost 20 points a game, and obviously we'll be discussing that more as the boys' game starts. But this is a halftime of JV where the Tanager boys trail Lennox by a score of 40-26. So as part of the pregame, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, we will give you some play-by-play on this JV action. Again, 40-26, that is on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. For all of your concrete needs, give Midwest Ready Mix a call. Midwest Ready Mix, the proud scoreboard sponsor. We hope they're a proud scoreboard sponsor. We're proud to have them as our scoreboard sponsor. And this is on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK. Also on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. We are proud to be the Vermilion voice of the Vermilion Tanagers. We have been to every football game, whether it was across the state or in Vermilion. We were there, and we have broadcast every basketball game. Now, did I broadcast every basketball game? No, because there were a couple of times where just couldn't, and so Joe Van Gore, two-time South Dakota Sportscaster of the Year, stepped in. So you got rid of the B team, you got the A team. So you got Joe Van Gore on those two games. He brought you the Tanager boys as they traveled down to Sis City and played Boys Town in the Tyson Event Center. And then he also brought you the girls when they were in the part of the Sacred Hoops Classic in Yankton, as we were broadcasting boys that night. Just unable to make it to both. And so Joe stepped up and delivered. And so that was a great time. And we have broadcast every game. Now, those two, the one in the Tyson Event Center was radio only because streaming was not allowed as part of that tournament. So that is not available on Vermilion streaming on YouTube, but everything else is. And so we are also getting ready for softball. We'll be broadcasting Tanager softball again this year. And if you've ever heard the show At the Mic, 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN Radio, we also try to bring you Tanager Talks. We talk with a variety of Tanagers. And that reminds me, I need to get Sarah Robe the interview from Michael. And so I will be doing that tonight when I get back to town and back to the station. But we bring you football interviews, basketball interviews. I brought you some debate and oral and terp interviews, wrestling interviews. Just try to keep as much as we can for Vermilion High School. And I've actually lined one up with Julisse Shaw. Just saw her while I was here, and so we are going to have an interview later this week as part of our Tanager Talks, brought to you by Dakota Realty. So we have about a minute left of halftime here. Again, Vermilion Tanagers JV team trails Lennox by a score of 40-26. Well, I mentioned how Lennox defeated T area. Now, it did not affect the rankings too much because people realize what a good team T area is. But let's take a look at those Prep Media Poll rankings that came out just earlier this afternoon. They've been out for about 45 minutes. I've had them in my hot little hands, as Rush Limbaugh used to say, formerly nicotine-stained fingers, but these were never nicotine-stained fingers. They're just hot little hands. And so the boys in Class AA, Mitchell stays in number 1, received all 18 first-place votes. They're 14-1. After that, everything is just a mess in AA boys. Harrisburg has moved up to second from third. They're 11-3. They didn't receive every second-place vote, but it seems like they received most of them. They received 68 out of a possible 72 points. So they had a few where they did not receive second-place votes. Brandon Valley, they are third, up from fifth. They're 11-3 on the season. Then you can look at Roosevelt, fell from second to fourth. They're 11-4 on the year. And then Washington fell from fourth to fifth at 10-6. Receiving votes, Stevens with 7, and Huron with 3. Now, Stevens defeated Yankton in a nail-biter, hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to defeat Yankton 40-39, and then fell to Harrisburg. In Class A, Sioux Falls Christian received all 18 first-place votes. Not a shock. They are still in first place at 16-0. Hamlin stays in second at 15-3. Now, I will be honest, I thought Pine Ridge might move up a slot, but Hamlin received 17 out of 18 first-place votes. I mean, yeah, they definitely did. Doing some quick math, and Miss List would be proud if she were still around. I did that math rather quickly. In third place is Pine Ridge with 49 points. I thought they might move up. They defeated White River, who's number 2 in Class B. They were number 1. In a pretty decisive fashion. Not a blowout, but they defeated them by double digits. Then Dakota Valley moves up to 4th from 5th, following a victory over Vermilion as one of their victories last week. And then Sioux Valley falls from 4th to 5th at 16-2. Also receiving votes, Rapid City Christian with 3 and Hot Springs with 1. Hot Springs, they are the only team to have defeated Pine Ridge this season. And then in Class B, Castlewood moves up from 2nd to 1st. They received 10 first-place votes at 16-2 on the year. White River falls to 2nd from 1st. They had 6 first-place votes. They are 16-2 on the year. DeSmet stays in 3rd with 2 first-place votes at 16-3 on the year. Wessington Springs moves up from 5th to 4th at 16-1, and then Viborg Hurley falls from 4th to 5th at 12-4. Viborg Hurley had a pretty big loss, but it was to second-ranked Hamlin in Class A. So again, it's always hard to quantify those losses. But obviously the voters quantified it as dropping Viborg Hurley to 5th. Also receiving votes, Leola Frederick area, Canastota, Howard, and Aberdeen Christian. All right, on the girls' side, and before I do that, just want to give you an update. It's still 40-26, 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of the JV matchup. Trenton Thomas with the ball, gives it to Gabe Larson. Both Larson and Thomas are going to be really good players. Larson goes up with the left hand, and nice on the left side of the lane. 5:16 to go, now 40-28. And Vermilion has out there Morse, Roovers, Cerny, Thomas, and Larson. Here's a drive by Lennox. Dishes off. They drive in, kick it back out. Here's a three-point attempt, and that is good. That is number 34, Cole Spieler. Makes it 43-28. Well, let's take a look at the girls' side of the polls. In Class AA, O'Gorman stays in number 1 with 18 first-place votes at 17-0. Mitchell stays in second at 15-0. No first-place votes, every second-place vote. Brandon Valley moved up from 4th to 3rd. They're 12-3. Receiving a large majority of the third-place votes. Jefferson moved up from 5th to 4th. And Harrisburg fell from 3rd to 5th. Also receiving votes, and I'm not sure how, Pierre with 2. In Class A girls, Flandreau with 16 first-place votes stayed in first at 19-0. Red Cloud, and now if somebody could help me out with the pronunciation of the Lakota term, I know they've been trying to use that. I don't feel comfortable trying to use that. I really feel like I'd butcher it, and I do not want somebody to take offense to that. But if somebody would be able to help me out with that, I would love to use the new terminology, because, and I use the I use new terminology loosely. Obviously, it's part of their language, and it's just been something that we have unfortunately used. Red Cloud was the name we took on, and so if somebody would be able to help me with that down the line, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it. So as of now, Red Cloud stays in second with 1 first-place vote at 18-0. Sioux Falls Christian stays in third at 16-2. Sisseton stays in fourth with 1 first-place vote at 16-1. And T-Area stays in fifth at 13-4. But you notice they did have that loss to Lennox, but they stay in fifth. Vermilion has 11 points or votes. Not sure if they're fifth-place votes, 11 fifth-place votes, or 1 fourth and however many fifth, but whatever. They have 11. Wagner has 7, and Florence Henry has 1. Wagner with 7. That is Vermilion's opponent tomorrow night. We will be in Wagner, as the Red Raiders will be hosting these Tanagers. And so that should be a good matchup, kind of back to not my old stomping grounds, but the stomping grounds of one Linda Harvey, now Linda Harvey Schumacher, who was born and raised in Pickstown, South Dakota. And when I say born in Pickstown, I mean there was a hospital in the great metropolitan area of Pickstown back in the year she was born. That way nobody knows how old she is, so my mom can't get mad at me that way. But she then attended Andes Central for her senior year of high school. So I always counted Lake Andes, Wagner, and Pickstown as kind of this triumvirate of towns. You always had to go through Wagner to get to Pickstown anyhow. And if you drive through Wagner to get to Pickstown now, slow down. Their town cop will pull you over, and he will give you a ticket. He won't care how fast you're going over or how little you're going over. He will give you a ticket. So as you go to Pickstown to go to the museum, you pull over, you slow down when you're going through Wagner. That's all I've got to say about that. And then in Class B, Ethan with 17 first-place votes stays in first at 16-1. Centerville stays in second with 1 first-place vote at 16-2. Harding County stays in third at 16-0. Wall stays in fourth at 14-3. Now Arlington moves into fifth at 16-2. They were receiving votes last week. And Lyman drops out, and they have 17 points. So that is the look at the poll that just came out, the South Dakota Prep Media Poll. Right now here in the third quarter, the Vermilion JV trails 32-44. Lennox does have the ball. They are in their white uniforms with orange and numbers and letters with black trim. Vermilion with their red uniforms, black numbers, and white lettering and white trim around the numbers. Good ball movement. Here's a three-point attempt from Lennox. That is short. Rebound, Trenton Thomas. Vermilion has a chance to cut it to 10 or get it down into a single-digit lead or deficit. And that is stolen away. Stolen away by, I believe that is Leighton Smith. No, that is not Leighton Smith. They just don't have a number 1 on their JV. Maybe it's Aiden Hansen. We'll go with Aiden Hansen. He's a Lennox Seaboys squad member. That's the only other number 1 I can see. So we'll say Hansen just hit his free throw. So coming in for Vermilion, number 14, Hunter Morse. Checking out, number 32, Gabe Larson. Also out there for Vermilion, Carson Preister, Landon Cerny, Trenton Thomas, and Cade Roovers. 46-32, 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. That's on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, and this is Tanagers basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. There's going to be a foul on Chase Lundquist. And Landon Cerny will go to the line to shoot 2. And the first free throw drops, makes it 46-33. And the second one drops as well, 46-34. Three-point attempt is no good. Rebound to Trenton Thomas. Gets it over to Roovers. Roovers comes down this left side of the court. Gets it out to Cerny. Vermilion again with a chance to cut it to 10. And they, do not do that, but it is stolen away by Morse. Morse unable to connect, but comes back in, gets his own rebound. Way to follow into the paint. And he is fouled on the shot by who I'm assuming is Aiden Hansen. Given the availability of number ones that I have, none on the JV squad. Leighton Smith is a junior, 6'4". This number one is definitely not 6'4". So, by process of elimination, I'm going with Aiden Hansen. Morris at the line to shoot 2 with 1:24 to go here in the third quarter. First one is off the back iron. Morse, one of 6 pairs of siblings on varsity for the Tanager boys and girls teams total. Hits that second one, 46-35. And that is going to be a foul on Roovers, a blocking foul on the shot. Shot does not fall. So Chase Lundquist to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good, makes it 47-35 here in the JV matchup. Lennox leading Vermilion. And you're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Here's the inbounds from Morse into Roovers, 1:18 to go. This is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And that's the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, shows 48-35. And Roovers is fouled on the floor, so they will inbound the ball. That is the 4th team foul against Lennox. The next one does lead to free throws. And Cerny under the basket makes the shot and is fouled. That will make it 48-37. And he is fouled by Lundquist. Cerny with the chance to cut it to 10 with 1:06 to go in the third quarter. Free throw is up and just short. And Morse is unable to come up with the rebound. That rebound does go to number 22, Jevin Leffers. One minute to go, 48-37. Lennox with the ball. Good ball moving around to the top of the key. And they get it back to Hansen. Hansen over to Eli Plank. Back to Lundquist. There's a long three-point attempt. No good. Rebound to Roovers. 35 seconds. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. We'll see. I don't know if they'll keep it for the entire time. But it is an 11-point lead for Lennox. Vermilion has a chance to get it down to single digits. Again, it's Thomas, Roovers, Morse, Cerny, and Preister. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Or I guess not an offensive foul. They're not necessarily calling a foul on anybody, but 11.8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Vermilion trails 48-37. Larson comes in. Preister checks out. Here's the ball in the hands of Aiden Hansen. Brings the ball across midcourt. 8 seconds to go. Kicks it over to Lundquist. Lundquist for 3, and that is good. Makes it 51-37, and that's going to be the way the quarter ends. Vermilion trails 51-37. We're going to take a quick timeout. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. We'll be back in 1 minute on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Safe means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday. Best Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated Ready Mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, with mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
And we are back in Lennox for the fourth quarter where the Vermilion Tanagers JV team trails Lennox 51-37. They will start with possession. And again, that if anybody has the correct pronunciation, I will. Otherwise, I will research. Nice three-pointer by Trenton Thomas. That cuts it back to 51-40. It's Mahpiya and then Luta. Mahpiya Luta is how I would pronounce it if I were just pronouncing it. But I will do some research and I will find out how that should be. I want to do it, give it proper respect. As the Vermilion Tanager girls coaching staff is heading down, preparing for the game. Excited for that game tonight. Trenton Thomas for another long three. Oh, that one's no good. So 51-40, 6:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. And that is a travel on Lennox. So with 6:05 in the fourth, it'll go back to Vermilion. So we are getting down to the end of the regular season, especially for the girls. This is the last of the regular season for the Tanager girls. So, we're going to take a look at what they have coming up. There's a travel called on Vermilion that will go back to Lennox with 5:54 to go. We'll take a look at seed points right now in Class A. And there's a three-pointer for Trenton Thomas. Makes it 43-51, 8-point lead. Back to a single-digit deficit with 5:32 to go. And that ball is out of bounds off the hands of number 13, Chloe McVeigh. So right now in Class A, Sisseton is on top in seed points with 45.82. Sioux Falls Christian with 45.44. Flandreau in third with 45.42. And Vermilion with 45.05 comes in fourth. Now, that's all well and good because eventually that will come into play. But right now in Region 4A, and Trenton Thomas with another three makes it 51-46. 4:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. Trenton Thomas feeling it tonight. Wonder Coach Jay Drake is noticing that. There's a long three-point attempt for Lennox. No good. Larson with the rebound. Gets it into the hands of Trenton Thomas, who does not shoot the three. Morse, single dribble, picks it up, gets it over to Larson. Larson pulls back for the three. No go. Bounced a couple of times off the rim. So if you look at Region 4A for the Tanagers, Vermilion is in first at 14-3 with 45.059 seed points. Elk Point Jefferson next with 44.278. Now, Elk Point Jefferson, they have quite a season left in front of them. Tonight, they play Centerville at 6:15. Centerville is 16-2. If APJ is able to win that, they will get some significant seed points. They then play on Friday T area, and that is at home. So T area would be 13-4. So if you go by the seed point formula, they could get 50 points for a win over Centerville, 39 for a loss. And against T area, they could get 47 points for a win, 36 for a loss. Now, that being said, if Vermilion takes care of business tonight and tomorrow against Wagner and Friday against Parker, they don't need to worry about anybody overtaking them. What it will change might be who they play in the first round or the second round. But they right now would be playing Parker. Parker at 2-15, 36.588. So they will definitely play him for the last game of the season. Could play him on Tuesday then again in regions. Right now, Elk Point Jefferson, number 2, they would play Beersford. T area, number 3, would play Canton. And Lennox, this Lennox Orioles team that we're going to see tonight, would take on number 5, Dakota Valley. There's a turnover by Lennox, 51-46. Vermilion will inbound the ball with 4:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. So Region 4A, just a tough one. And Vermilion has a lot to take care of this week with Wagner and Lennox and then Parker. Well, Lennox tonight, then Wagner, then Parker. But if you look at 1A, Sisseton on top, followed by Aberdeen, Roncalli. They're really 1 and 2. They are not in significant danger of moving. Groton area and Millbank pretty much. Groton area is pretty solid in number 3. Millbank at 40.5, then Wabe Summit at 40.11, followed by Webster area, Redfield, and Teoshpa Xena. So Region 1A, likely going to see Aberdeen, Roncalli, and Sisseton out of there. Groton area does have a chance in that one. Then if you look at 2A, 51-46 again here, 3:36 to go. Lennox has the ball. Flandreau, Florence Henry are pretty solid 1 and 2. Next is Hamlin, followed by Sioux Valley, Great Plains Lutheran, Elkton Lake Benton, Esteline Hendricks, Clark Willow Lake, and Dual. So if you're looking at SODAC 16, likely a Flandreau and Florence Henry. Hamlin has a good chance. If you're looking at the other ones, Carson Preister unable to hit that 3. 3:10 to go. Vermilion trails 51-46. And if you look at 3A, Sioux Falls Christian well ahead, followed by Garrettson, Tri-Valley, and West Central, McCook Central, Montrose, Madison, Del Rapids, and Baltic. So Sioux Falls Christian likely to come out of there. And then you look at 5A. 5A features Wagner and Mount Vernon, Plankinton, and Parkston, and Hanson. Really close. 44.67 for Wagner. So 1.4 separates 1 through 4. Bonholm looking good as well, 13 and 5. They'd love to be able to overtake Hanson. Going to be a tough road to hoe, but they have games left against Mount Vernon, Plankinton tomorrow night. If they could win that one, that would give them some significant seed points. And then against Gregory, which should be a win. Unfortunately, one of those wins that doesn't get you many seed points. A win against Gregory like that would only net you 41, which actually, let me just double check here. Yeah, it'd be 41 seed points, which would actually hurt their seed point ranking. So they need a victory against Mount Vernon Plankinton. Easier said than done, but it can be done. It's a good Bond home team. 52-46, 2:33 to go. Long three-point attempt, no good, but Lennox does get the rebound. They get it down low. Turnaround jumper up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Cade Roovers. Then if you look at District 6A, or Region 6A, sorry. They're going to call an offensive foul on Morse. That's unfortunate. Kind of a close one there. In 6A, it's Mobridge, Pollock, Miller, McLaughlin, Crow Creek. No team other than Mobridge, Pollock that is considered probably a chance at state. And then Red Cloud, or Mapia Luta, at 18-0 leads 7A, followed by Winter and Little Wound and Bennett County. And then you finally follow up with 8A. You're looking at, well, that's not right, Hill City, Bellefouche, Rapid City Christian, and St. Thomas more. So that's your look around Class A in the seed point rankings, as we are looking to wrap up this game here. 55-46 on the heels of that three-pointer by Aiden Hansen. Minute 36 to go. Gabe Larson with the ball. Back to a 9-point lead. Morse, boy, no foul called. Looked like a lot of contact, led to a turnover. As Lennox gets the ball down to Bittner, Jackson Bittner. They're going to move the ball around. They're just going to kind of milk time away. So what we have coming up, we have tonight Vermilion against Lennox. Then tomorrow, about the same time, it'll be Vermilion against Wagner. Now, if you're a Bucks and Gazelles fan and you're just with me because you're enjoying basketball or you just want to hear the mellifluous tones of my voice, the Bucks and Gazelles will play tomorrow night in Sioux Falls against Sioux Falls Christian. That will be on Classic Hits 106.3 and 5-star streaming on YouTube. It's now a 58-46 lead on the heels of that three-pointer. Trenton Thomas shoots a three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Morse, who saves it into the hands of Lennox. So shot clock is about 4 seconds ahead of the game clock. Vermilion JV will fall, and then we'll be bringing you the First Dakota National Bank pregame show for Tanager girls basketball. But again, the Bucks and Gazelles will be traveling to Sioux Falls to take on Sioux Falls Christian. Both teams are really good, so we'll see. Yankton Bucks currently fell into 17th in the SODAC 16 seed point rankings. And we're going to take a look where the Yankton Gazelles are. I apologize, I did not check that earlier, but after 2 losses this last weekend, they have fallen to 16th. They are 1.5 points ahead of Sturgis Brown. Now, what's big is they will be facing Sturgis and Spearfish next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So that'll kind of determine if Yankton makes it or not to the SODAC 16. That'll do it here, 58-46, as the Lennox JV team will beat Vermilion JV. We'll be back after these messages with our First Dakota National Bank pregame show. But again, the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard shows 58-46. We'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermilion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a worth ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermilion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, Access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermilion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermilion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I am Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, and we are getting ready to bring you 2 of the top games in the state today, and that's not hyperbole. These are 2 really qualified teams, and one thing I do want to mention, Casey Hansen is not the only one out there with a brace on her leg. We are seeing Julisse Shaw. Julisse Shaw, who I will be interviewing later this week, is out there. Julisse Shaw from Todd County, who was an all-stater last year at Todd County, is out there. I saw her speaking to Coach Brooks before the game, and he said, you need to make sure you have your brace. You need to let me know. I need to put it into the book. So Julisse Shaw is on the court. Julisse Shaw has a brace on. This could be interesting. We'll see if she's looking at getting some playing time. I've said it all along. This could be the season that could have been for these Tanagers. Well, if Julisse is able to come back and play to even a fraction of her all-state ability, this could still very well be the season that was for this Tanager girls team. They've been playing at just another level with Casey Hansen, and so we're going to talk about that more. But first, I had a chance to sit down with Coach Adam Quail of Lennox earlier today, and here is how that conversation went with Coach Quail of the Lennox Orioles.
Welcome back to our coaches conversation. On the line, we have Coach Adam Quail of the Lennox Orioles. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. It's, kind of the Monday after the Super Bowl, so it's taking a little bit to get going, but I think I'm starting to get there.
Well, and it's one of those Super Bowls, boy, kept you engaged until the end if you were interested at all, didn't it? Hoofed you.
Yeah, it did. It was, one of those games where either team could have won, and yeah, like you said, it was engaging. It was a lot of fun. My son had to get to bed early, so he had to miss the ending, but, there'll be plenty of years left for that.
Oh, exactly. That's for sure. Well, speaking of big games, you guys kind of had one on Friday, didn't you?
Yes. That was an exciting game, and it was versus T area, and we had a game on Thursday as well versus Tri Valley. So then we practiced on Saturday and practiced on Sunday, then in Super Bowl, and now we're here with Vermilion again. But yeah, going back to your initial question on or statement on Friday, yeah, T area, a natural rival for Lennox, and both teams played really well, and we were just fortunate to come up on top.
Well, I tell you what, I actually had a couple of nights off from broadcasting, and so I was at the Bucks and Gazelles game in Yankton, and I saw that your game was going on, so I pulled it up, and I was watching that while I was in the stands, and I was like, "Oh, awesome!" So it was kind of double action. It was a fun game to watch, and they are a tough team, but obviously, you guys are no slouches. You look at your record, I think 14-4 on the season.
Yep.
And is this kind of where you thought you could be coming into this year?
Yeah, I thought we were going to be pretty competitive. We've had some close losses. We've had some close wins. So, give or take a couple wins or losses each way. Yeah, I thought we would be able to be in the mix, in contention for, to advance in the postseason.
Well, and, the end is coming soon for the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at regionals, this is a kind of a big matchup. It's, DAC 12, but it's also regional.
Yeah.
Do you need to say anything to kind of impart how important this game is to your team, or do they kind of realize it?
Every DAC 12 game is important, but like you said, it's coming down the wire here, so you want to be performing your best. But the way the region's kind of shaking out, if we're sitting at the 4 or 5 seed and Vermilion's at the 1 seed, and if we're fortunate enough to win our first round game, we might be seeing Vermilion here in another week. So for seeding wise, it might not be that important, just because it's more likely than not that get through state, we're going to have to play Vermilion again. So it might just be one of those games where we're kind of feeling each other out for a week from now.
Well, that's always an interesting situation. You kind of you see that sometimes too, like with that DAC 12 NEC clash. Teams that either met each other a week or two after, or a week or two before. You kind of get that initiation to them through that, and so it's always interesting to see that second time through.
Right.
Do you ever worry about a letdown following a big game like that against T area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be an unfortunate occurrence, but again, like if we're gonna play Vermilion again in a couple weeks, like in a week, it might not matter. Like, do we show everything? Do we not show everything? I don't know. We're kind of just going into the game, in the mindset that we might just be feeling each other out.
Well, and there is that too. You don't want to, it's getting towards the end of the season. You might want to incorporate some new wrinkles, but you might not want to show them yet. Give them a chance to prepare for it. Speaking of your team, who are some of the leaders, whether it's statistically or even just emotionally, for you as a team?
Yeah, we have 3 great seniors. We have 2 of the senior starts, and one plays a role off the bench, but all 3 of them have stepped up and have really led our squad this year. And they're Carly Kuiper, Danny Hyam, and Ashley Sweeter. Ashley Sweeter comes in off the bench, but she brings a lot of energy, and she's always getting us going. Carly Kuiper, she's going to play college basketball at Northern next year, and she has good size, a good touch, and she really has dominated the paint for us the past few games. And then Dania Hyam kind of does everything for us. She can score, she rebounds, and she leads us in assists. So, we're going to miss all three of them, but they've done a great job. And very similar to Vermilion, they have 3 senior starters, don't they?
They do, yep.
Yeah, so both teams can kind of rely on their seniors, but they also have some talented upperclassmen to look forward to here in the future years.
All right. Well, I think we're in for a great matchup tonight. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today, and it's my first time broadcasting from Lennox, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yep. Look forward to seeing you.
All right. We'll see you tonight.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was Coach Adam Quail of the Lennox Orioles here on our pregame show, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, and we'll be right back as the Tanagers get set to take on the Orioles of Lennox here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. These messages are brought to you by our Vermilion sportscasters.
With First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to our coaches conversation. On the line, we have Vermilion Tanagers head coach John Brooks. Coach, it's game day. You've had a little time off. How you feeling today?
Yeah, we haven't played since last Tuesday, so got some good practice in, and for the most part had the weekend off, had a quick little walkthrough to kind of get ready for Lennox here, another Monday game that we're not used to, so had to do a little something over the weekend, but not much, and now we're ready to go up there and play our last DAC 12 conference game of the year.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe we're in that week where it's like, okay, we have 3 regular season games left. They're all this week. We've got Monday, Tuesday, Friday, but it's not an easy week. You're playing a team that, might have had the upset, and I don't know if upset's the term because that kind of minimizes what Lennox is, but T-Area coming off their big win over AA Harrisburg falls to this Lennox team. Did you see anything in that game that maybe gives you a little concern, or maybe things you hadn't seen from this Lennox team before?
Well, I think everybody has known all year that Lennox is very good. I think they're 14-4 now. As going into the year, I thought that they would be absolutely a top 5 to top 10 team in the state. So they have a ton of talent. They're very experienced with good seniors, and that's just the way it is. In our conference, in our region, anybody can get beat any night, and that's kind of the good, but it's also kind of the scary part of it. So it's never easy going to Lennox. Obviously, they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. They're playing the 8th grader at point guard now, this young girl that's really, really talented, and I think she's kind of giving them a boost offensively. So once again, we'll have our hands full.
Well, and that's exactly right. And like you said, it's a DAC 12 conference game. As you look ahead to this week, your team's kind of been through it, but boy, the last couple of weeks, your team seems to be have taken it up to another level. And how does that make you feel as you head towards the end of the season and into regions where it seems like you're really playing your best ball of the year?
Yeah, obviously it's a good time of the year to be playing well, and I think we've played well offensively, which was something that we've been looking for. I think we have a lot of kids that can put the ball in the hoop, and just kind of gaining that confidence on the offensive end turns us into a different team, and we've really been able to score the ball. So hopefully that can continue. We gotta find a way to do it on the road tonight and tomorrow. We got 2 tough road games coming up, but I know our girls are playing with a lot of confidence on that end. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully we can continue to make shots.
Well, and they really do. When you say the girls are playing well, it's really not an understatement to say all of them. I don't think it's coincidental that since Casey has kind of been playing a little bit, both she and Taylor really seem to be providing some real bench support, which seems to be a boost to be able to have a 7-person rotation. Seems fresher. Janaea really seems to have upped her game. And she's always brought it on the defense, but she seems to be more confident offensively. Brooke seems to be playing with a little more confidence. Brooklyn, Chandler, it just seems up and down the board. The players in your rotation just seem to have taken it to another level.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about us offensively. Is like we said, we have a lot of kids that can put the ball in the hoop, so you never know exactly what kid's going to do it. But we usually find a couple throughout the game that are kind of on that night. And Janaea's played really well offensively lately, and that's been a nice boost. And like you said, Taylor and Casey coming off the bench. Brooklyn, Chandler kind of doing their thing that they always do. But I think another kid, I think you just expect so much out of her all the time. But Taylor Rivers has been great lately. She's really turned it on these last few weeks. She's been very focused, taking care of the basketball like she always does. Really running the show, a lot of assists every game. She's shooting it really well right now. So, as Taylor kind of goes that point guard, that kind of gets everybody else going. So we need her to continue to play well.
Well, and as I started to list names, I knew I was forgetting somebody, and for the life of me, could not remember. Yes, Taylor. I was not meaning to give her short shrift because, she's kind of the straw that stirs the drink. She played so well against Dakota Valley, just really held her own, and she's always been that catalyst out there. So just up and down this roster. Now, we talked about not having played since Tuesday, which gave you an opportunity to just practice. And I know you've said before, kids aren't always big on practicing, but I know coaches like to work on things. Were you able to kind of work on some stuff that maybe you felt you hadn't been able to address fully with that just gauntlet of games?
Absolutely. And, I think even heading into this time of the year, heading into regions, coaches always like to put a couple new wrinkles in that maybe they haven't shown all year. So we were able to get some practice time in, which was nice for us. We haven't had very much of it lately, and just kind of refocus our girls on, what we're looking for offensively and defensively, and get a couple new things in. And, we were able to get that done last week, and now we get to go play 2 more games, and then we'll get a couple more practices in before we play Parker. So kind of get back into that routine of games and practices, and but at the same time, it's not bad. A bad thing to keep playing games when you're playing well, and fortunately for us, that's been the case. We've been playing well, so we want to get right back on the court and continue to play.
Well, and you're right. You guys have been playing well. I know AA boys is kind of a mess as far as winning and losing, but boy, Class A girls, if it's just kind of, there's no dominant team. It's like there's 8 to 12 teams that you could just list off and say, oh yeah, they should be a state tournament team. Well, you get past 8, you can't be a state tournament team. So it's kind of the wild and woolly West with Class A girls, and it's going to be fun to watch how it comes down. And I don't know that there's anybody playing better than you guys right now, so it's going to be fun to watch the end of this season and get into the regions.
Yeah, and there's still a lot left in this last week to be said within our region. We're all so jam-packed up there. Those top 5 seeds, there's going to be a lot of movement still this week. So I think a lot of teams that heading in last week, you're kind of zeroing in, and you kind of know who you're going to play maybe in that first round of regions. And right now in Region 4, we just don't know. A game, you drop a game here, you win a game there. So much movement happens because, like I said, we're all so close with our PowerPoint. So a lot still to be said. We got to take care of this week, and then we'll see where we fall after Friday night, and then we'll go from there.
Well, Coach, sounds good. A lot left to happen. It's hard to believe the regular season's coming to an end, but here we are, and I want to thank you again for always being willing to take the time to talk with me. Really appreciate it, and best of luck tonight.
Okay, thanks a lot, Michael.
That was Coach John Brooks of the Vermilion Tanagers here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors and our Vermilion sportscasters.
An active duty military not in uniform may salute the flag. The national anthem.
We're coming back into the national anthem. We'll keep it here so we can hear that.
Directed by Tyler Youngquist. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Let's introduce the cheerleaders for the Orioles.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermilion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermilion.
Welcome back to Lennox High School and Lennox Gymnasium, where they have just finished announcing the starting lineups. Starting for the Lennox Orioles, number 3, a 5'9" 8th grader, Tegan Sturm, averaging 4.7 points per game. Danny Hyam, a 5'11" senior forward, averaging 11.1 points per game, almost 6 rebounds. Carly Kuiper, a 6'3" senior forward. Now that's going to be interesting, the height difference there. 14.1 points per game and 7.3 rebounds. Ryan Hansen, a 5'10" junior, 6.7 points per game. And Andy Peters, a 5'4" sophomore guard, averaging 9.4 points per game. Jumping for Vermilion will be Brooklyn Voss. Jumping for Lennox will be Carly Kuiper. Vermilion has their usual starting 5. Taylor, Brooklyn, Janaea, Chandler, and Brooke. Let's get started. And Vermilion will win the jump. I was going to say the toss, but it's a jump. Here's Jensen down low to Chandler. And that is a quick 2 for Chandler Cleveland. Nice assist on the pass by Brooke Jensen. Vermilion's off to a quick 2-0 lead. Eighth grader Tegan Sturm, 5'9" 8th grader. So we'll see what she's able to turn into. Brooke Jensen with the steal. She doesn't have numbers, but she'll take it down on the block, and she'll put it up, and that's no good. Carly Kuiper with the rebound. And that was a travel by number 21, Ryan Hansen. So Vermilion off to that 2-0 lead. 7:16 to go here in the first quarter. Brooke did have a steal. Tried to take it in off the block. Left it a little bit short. And nice spin move by Brooke. Kicks it over to Roovers. Brooklyn Voss for 3, and that is good! Roovers with the assist, and Brooklyn Voss, nothing but net on the 3. 5-0 Vermilion, 1 minute in. Here's the third grader. Number 3, the 8th grader, Tegan Sturm. A 3rd grader playing varsity would really be a story. Here is Hansen. Hansen gets it out for the three-point attempt by Peters. No good, but rebound Kuipers, and no good. Rebound into the hands of Taylor Roovers. Taylor gets it off to Chandler. Chandler out to Jensen. And here's Janea over to Brooklyn. Nice ball movement by this Tanager team. Hits Janea down on the block, kicks it out to Chandler for the quick bucket from the free throw line. Chandler has a quick 4 points. Janea gets herself an assist. 7-0. 6:15 to go here in the first quarter. Lennox hasn't been able to use the height to their advantage yet. And, whoa, probably should have been a travel, but I understand. It was a little bit of a slide. Here's Sturm. Gets it out to the right-hand side to Ryan Hansen. Hansen, to Hyam. Hyam will drive in on Janea. Go up with the right hand, up and in. Nothing you can do about that. That was well defended by Janea. Height advantage. Hyam's 5'11". Janea, 5'8", 5'9". So 7-2, Vermilion leads. 5:44 to go. Janea at the top of the key. Jensen thought about the three. Picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Roovers. Roovers left open for three, and that is good! Taylor Roovers from downtown. Brooke Jensen with 2 assists already, 2.5 minutes into this game. 10-2, Vermilion leads. 5:25 to go. Again, this would be a max seed points type of situation, I believe, if Vermilion were to win this. Now, here's a long three-pointer. No good by Hansen. Rebound, Chandler, Cleveland. So 5:09 to go. Janea Cleveland with the ball. Kicks it down to Brooklyn Voss. Down on the block. Goes up. Has it altered, but Jensen gets the rebound and has it stolen away. Not stolen away. A jump ball. And that's a quick timeout, 30-second timeout for Lennox. So we're just going to keep it here. 5:01 to go. We're going to reset. Vermilion leads 10-2. 3 minutes into this first quarter. Vermilion off to the quick start. 10 points on 4 assists. 2 baskets for Chandler Cleveland, a 3-pointer for Taylor Roovers, and a 3-pointer for Brooklyn Voss. 2 of those 4 assists are from Brooke Jensen. 3 rebounds for Vermilion. For Lennox, their lone basket came at the hands of Danny Hyam. Drive down the right-hand side with Janea Cleveland defending. So a great start for the Tanager girls, having yet to use their bench. So again, 5:01 to go here in the first quarter. Vermilion off to a quick start, which is, I think, what they were hoping for. Obviously, on the jump ball, Lennox will get the possession as Vermilion won the jump. Here's Tegan Sturm, 8th grader on 8th grader with Taylor Roovers Gardner. Gets the ball in to Andy Peters as Lennox is moving the ball around. Here's Sturm, again, 5'9", 8th grader. You just wonder what how she'll become as a player. Hyam kicks it out to Sturm. Sturm for 3. No, could not get much further down than that, but Hansen comes in, gets the rebound, and gets the putback. 10-4, Vermilion leads. 4:27 to go. Roovers gets the ball over to Janea. Back to Roovers. Back to Janea. Down low to Voss. Voss with that short jumper. That's going to be long. Rebounded there by Ryan Hansen. Hansen's second rebound. Pass is ahead to Peters. Oh, Peters lost a little bit of control there. Gets it over to Kuiper. Over to Peters. Peters drives in, kicks it out to Sturm. Cross-court pass. There's Peters again at the top of the key. Over to Hyam. Hyam down low to Kuiper. Turnaround is good for Kuiper. Again, not much you can do about that. So 10-6. Vermilion now 10-6. 4-point lead. 2 straight buckets for this Lennox team. Voss kicks it out high to Roovers. Over to Chandler. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone from this Orioles team. Chandler over to Janea. 10 seconds on the shot clock to get it down to Voss. Voss kicks it over to Chandler on the block, in the paint, up with the left hand, up and no good. Out of bounds off of Janea Cleveland. Janea disagrees. Checking in for Lennox will be Carly Balsma. Checking out will be Ryan Hansen. So 10-6, Vermilion leads, 3:15. Again, Lennox coming off that big victory over T area on Friday. Now coming into the scorers table, Casey Hansen and Taylor Barda. So Taylor and Casey will check in for Janaea and Brooklyn. So now out there for Vermilion, it's Roovers, Chandler Cleveland, Casey Hansen, Taylor Barta, and Brooke Jensen. They get it down low to Kuiper, who kicks it back out to Hyam. Hyam loses control of the pass, gets it over to Bosma. And Sturm has it knocked away by Chandler Cleveland. Nice steal by Chandler. (10-6) Vermilion with the lead. Casey Hansen with the ball. Over to Barta. Down low to Jensen on the block. Into Chandler. Chandler, unable to connect, but rebound. Brooke Jensen on the block. Unable to connect there. Brooke felt like she might have been fouled, and she might have been. Hard to tell. And here's a kick over to Danny Hyam. Hyam into the paint, kicks it over to Kuiper. Cross-court pass to Bosma is too wide for Bosma. Turnover back to Vermilion. Checking in Gavin Herline. Herline will check in for Tegan Sturm. So Herline is a 5'3" junior guard. I should have mentioned Carly Bosma is a 5'5" freshman guard, averages 4.7 points per game. Chandler Cleveland from the elbow, and that is good. That gives her 6 points on the night. 2:05 to go, 12-6, Vermilion leads. Herline with the ball, gets it over to Hyam. Hyam drives in, probably could have called a carry there, but, can't see everything. Here is Gavin Herline. Gets it over to Bosma. Bosma in the paint. Turnaround blocked by Taylor Barta, but picked up by Carly Kuiper. Kuiper with the turnaround jumper then, but Barta with a definite block. Makes it 12-8, minute 36 to go. Brooklyn Voss set to check back in with Janaea. There's a three. Rebound, Taylor Barta! Taylor Barta with the rebound and the putback makes it 14-8. Here is Herline. Kicks it into Kuiper. Kuiper guarded by Brooke. Guarded by Brooke, yes. And rebound, Taylor Barta. That's her second rebound. Taylor making her presence known. Here's Casey Hansen on the block, and she is fouled by Carly Kuiper. Carly Kuiper disagrees. And maybe so, but I think she's gotten away with a couple others, so it's probably just making the thing equal. So 14-8, Vermilion leads with 1:04 to go. Casey Hansen at the line to shoot two. First free throw is up and no good for Casey. So Brooke Jensen and Chandler Cleveland check out. Janaea Cleveland and Brooklyn Voss check in. So Casey trying to shoot the second of two. And that one is good. Casey Hansen on the board. Makes it 15-8 in favor of Vermilion. So 56 seconds to go. Here's Herline. Gets the ball over to Kuiper. Kuiper, nope, gets it back. Guarded by Voss. Gets it over to Herline. 45 seconds, 16 on the shot clock. Bosma. Over to Peters. Peters drives in. Kicks it out to Herline. 7 seconds, and that ball is kicked. So checking back in, Danny Hyam and Tegan Sturm. Checking out are Bosma and, can't see the number there, Bosma and Herline. That putback was by Hyam, I believe. Makes it 15-10 with 26 seconds to go. So Vermilion will play for the final shot of the quarter. Everybody watching, want to just thank you for your support. Thank you for watching Vermilion streaming or listening on ESPN Radio. Casey Hansen for three. That's going to be long. Rebound by Ryan Hansen. And that ball to Taylor. And no foul called. That is short. The first quarter will end 15-10. We'll be back in 1 minute on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
The wait when your furnace and AC needs repair by joining Larry's Heating and Cooling Comfort Care and Elite Care Club. Larry's Comfort Care Club features seasonal maintenance discounts on service and no overtime charges. Larry's Elite Club includes seasonal maintenance, free parts, free labor, free service calls, and both mean you are in front of the line for service. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling and sign up for the Comfort Care or Elite Care Club. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermilion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion 15, Lennox 10. Getting ready to start the second quarter. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. As Vermilion will inbound the ball, Taylor Roovers, Janaea Cleveland, Chandler Cleveland, Brooklyn Voss, and Brooke Jensen to start the quarter. Cross-court pass to Janaea. Over to Roovers. Roovers will drive in. Floater is up and good. Taylor Roovers. She is really patenting that floater. All right, 7:39 to go. Vermilion with a 7-point lead. They kick it down to Peters. Peters down to Hyam, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Janaea Cleveland. That'll be Cleveland's first personal. First team foul of the quarter. Again, just a reminder, this Tanager team will be playing Wagner tomorrow night. And Kuiper with the turnaround jumper, up and in. That gives her 6 points on the night. Brooke Jensen in the lower right corner. Vermilion with those red uniforms, the white shoulders, white numbers, and black trim. Kicks out to Janaea. Janaea thought about the three. Kicks it into Jensen. Has it knocked out to Chandler. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Janaea kicks it over to Voss. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Voss for three, no good. Didn't hit rim, so that will technically be a shot clock violation. It also went out of bounds, so either way it goes over to Lennox. Vermilion with that 17-12 lead. Inbounding the ball was Danny Hyam. Gets it into Andy Peters. Peters brings the ball up, guarded by Janaea Cleveland. Lennox with the nice clean white uniforms with orange letters. No trim. And numbers, I should say. Hyam down on the block, kicks it out to Peters. Peters for three, no good. Rebound, Brooklyn Voss. That's Voss's first rebound of the night. Gets it into the hands of Janaea Cleveland. Janaea over to Chandler. Chandler for three. And yes, Chandler Cleveland now has 9 points on the night. 9 points for Chandler Cleveland, makes it 20-12, 6:19 to go in the second quarter. Sturm kicks it over to Ryan Hansen. Hansen drives in, up and in with the left hand. Nice move by Ryan Hansen. Hansen averages 6.7 points per game, has 4 on the game already. Chandler, meanwhile, has 9 points. She averages 10.5 points per game. So here's Janaea Cleveland. Kicks it over to Roovers. Roovers at the top of the key, over to Jensen. Down to Voss. Good ball movement by this Tanager team. Voss hits a cutting Janaea Cleveland. Has it blocked by Kuiper. And Kuiper's going to get a lot of those, even if there's some contact, just because of her 6'3" frame and long arm. She's going to get those calls, I believe. But Kuiper gets that rebound and has that blocked by Brooke Jensen. So Brooke's saying, no, anything you can do, I can do just as well, if not better. And so here is Roovers over to Jensen. Jensen for three. That is good. Brooke Jensen's first basket is a three-pointer. Nothing but net. That was a thing of beauty. 9-point lead for Vermilion. Roovers with the steal. Timeout by John Brooks. Coach Brooks calls the timeout. And Vermilion with a timeout makes it 23-14. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on this Murph's Appliance timeout here on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Nice. Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, and you are you wherever you are. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. 5:09 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard here in the second quarter. Vermilion leads 23-14. Again, I want to thank everyone joining in on the Vermilion streaming. Again, vote for your players that you vote for player of the game. Right now, I believe Chandler Cleveland would be leading, but you tell us who you think by commenting in the section. I've got it pulled up here. I'll see that. Janaea, unable to connect on the layup. And I said Carly Kuiper is going to create problems down low, which is something we've tried to do as a team, more down low game. But boy, 6'3", that wingspan of hers, she's a menace in a good way if you're a Lennox fan, a menace in a bad way if you're a Tanger, but nothing meant to be offensive. 4:48 to go, 23-14. Vermilion leads Lennox in a good DAC 12 and Region 4A battle. So here's Danny Hyam on the right-hand side. She'll drive in, guarded by Janaea. Kicks it into Kuiper. Kuiper with the right hand. Kuiper is on fire. That gives her 8 points on the night. Again, she averages 14.1. Roovers in with the floater, too strong, but kicks it out, and that is to Brooklyn Voss, a fresh 35 for Vermilion. And here's Janaea Cleveland with the ball, kicks it over to the elbow, over to Chandler. Chandler for three, yes! Chandler Cleveland again! Gives her 12 points on the night. Give Janaea the assist, giving her two. 26-16, double-digit lead for Vermilion. Does not last. Tegan Sturm down on the block, goes up and does it all by herself. Makes it 26-18, 8-point lead for Vermilion. 3:50 to go here in the second quarter. Brooke Jensen with the ball. This Tanger team, it's been up and down. And Chandler up at the right hand and good. Chandler can drive. She can hit the three. She'll hit from the elbow. And she'll hit from everywhere. She has 14 points now. 3.5 points above her average. 28-18. Vermilion leads. 3:31 to go. Here's Sturm. Over to Bosma. Bosma over to Hyam. Hyam down low to Kuiper. Kuiper turn around and no good. What do you know? No good. She's human. Chandler Cleveland with the rebound. 3:12 to go. Vermilion looking to extend that lead. Looking to check in number 21 Ryan Hansen and number 24 Andy Peters. And they're going to call a defensive foul on Lennox. Let's see who it's on, though. It's on number 14. It's on Gavin Herline. And that is her first personal. First team. Both teams with one personal foul this quarter. Janaea Cleveland and Brooklyn Voss check out. Taylor Barta and Casey Hansen check in. So now, Roovers, Hansen, Barta, Chandler Cleveland, and Brooke Jensen out there for Vermilion. Hyam, Kuiper, Sturm, Peters, and Bosma for Lennox. That three-point attempt is no good. 2:52 to go. Lennox brings the ball up. It's Sturm, guarded by Roovers. Sturm will drive the paint. Probably could have called a travel, but they're going to call a foul. See if they call it on the shot. They're going to call it on Hansen, and they're going to call it on the shot. So Sturm will go to the line to shoot two. 28-18 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. You're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Sturm's had a couple of those go about a quarter of the way down and bounce back out. 2:45 to go. Second free throw is up and good for Sturm. Sturm now has 3 points on the night. Makes it 28-19 in favor of the Tanagers. Casey Hansen on the left-hand side, guided by Bosma. Gets it over to Barta. Barta over to Chandler. And here's Roovers. Roovers thought about the three, goes up with the floater, leaves it short. Hansen unable to come up with the rebound into the hands of Sturm. Sturm loses control. Gets it over to Ryan Hansen. Hansen back to Sturm. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 2:15 on the game clock. Andy Peters from long distance, and that is good. Peters finally hits on a three, gives her 3 points on the night. makes it 28-22. That once 10-point lead is now down to 6. With a minute 59 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Hansen at the elbow, kicks it over to Chandler. Chandler for 3, and that is good. Chandler Cleveland now with 17 points. No, 14 points. No, 17 points. Gosh, remember, those are 3-pointers. 31-22, minute 39 to go. Here's Kuiper. Probably should have called a travel there, but Sturm with the ball over to Hyam. Hyam over to Bosma. Bosma brings it around, kicks it over to Ryan Hansen for 3. No good. Rebound to Taylor Ruvers. Ruvers looked like she almost got decapitated there, but nice rebound by Taylor. Taylor's little and scrappy, gets to those easily. Brooke Jensen now looking to give Vermilion another double-digit lead. Kicks it over to Taylor Barta. Barta has it knocked off of Hansen's foot. Minute 6 to go. 31-22. Taylor needs to be a little more confident with her shot. She probably had a little more of a clear shot from the baseline there, but that's okay. Here's Hyam into the paint, kicks it over to Hansen. Hansen for 3, no good, off the back iron. Rebound Jensen, rips it away, gets her 3rd rebound of the night. Gets it ahead to Chandler, and that is too far from Ruvers. With 43 seconds remaining, 31-22 here in the first half. Voss and Janaea check back in. Chandler and Brooke check out. Checking out for Lennox is Ryan Hansen. So now out there it is Peters, Kuiper, Bosma, Sturm, and Hyam. Second straight game for the Tanagers that they've faced an 8th grader, about a 5'8", 5'9", 8th grader with really good ability. So here's Sturm, guarded by Ruvers. Sturm will kick it out to Bosma. Bosma goes up with the right hand, up and in. Easy too easy. 31-24. Vermilion will play for the final shot here. 15 seconds to go here in the first half. Vermilion leads 31-24. Kicks it over to Barta. Barta over to Janaea. Janaea for 3. No good. Out of bounds off of Lennox with 0.4 of a second to go. Vermilion will have to inbound and shoot all at once. So 0.4 of a second. Janaea Cleveland to inbound. They're going to get it out to Barta. No. Gets it over to Ruvers, and Ruvers is unable to get that shot off in time. And that's the way the first half will end. Vermilion 31. Lennox 24. We'll be back with our Carlson's Body Shop halftime show out of Beersford. Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center for over 60 years. After these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store on the corner of 15th and Broadway. We have what you need this holiday season. The freshest flowers and plants, home decor, candles, games, puzzles, socks, a great foodie corner, and of course beautiful jewelry, because we love things that sparkle. Be sure to stop by and see all that we have. It will surprise you. Shop local, shop Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
For the Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's doubled with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermilion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermilion.
Sherco in Vermilion is a full-service service center. Sherco LLC is an industry-leading supplier of tarp systems to the transportation industry and is located in Vermilion, South Dakota. Sherco Vermilion supports their customers in the agricultural, construction, waste, and flatbed markets. Become a part of the Sherco team. Go to sure-co.com, about us/careers. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball in Lennox, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. At halftime, Vermilion leads 31-24. This is the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show, and this is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Well, at the half, Vermilion leads by 7. They led 15-10 after 1, outscored Lennox 16-14 in that second quarter. Vermilion is being led by Chandler Cleveland with 17, followed by Taylor Roovers with 5, Brooklyn Voss with 3, Brooke Jensen with 3, Taylor Barta with 2, and Casey Hansen with 1. Leading the way for Lennox, Carly Kuiper with 8, followed by 4 points for Danny Hyam and for Ryan Hansen, 3 points for Andy Peters and for Tegan Sturm, and 2 points for Kenzie Bosma. Or Carly Bosma. So that is the way the first half started. Vermilion started quickly and maintained that lead. They got it up to as many as 10 points. Lennox did come back and break into that, but Vermilion able to get a solid lead, 31-24 as we get ready for the second half. We'll be back with a look around the state, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic when we return on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and ESPN and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Visit our sleep experts at the Yankton Slumberland. With over 50 mattresses to choose from, we carry every price, free financing options, and the most trusted brands in the nation like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. Snoring or lower back pain tormenting you? Seek relief with an adjustable power base. Fall asleep faster and cooler with our sheets and pillow selection. With a 120-night sleep trial, you can't make a mistake. See us today at the Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermilion.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design-build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Last week, a guy walked into the UPS store in Vermilion. He did not notice the copiers, the printers, the mailboxes, the banners, the posters, not even the business and shipping supplies. It was like he had blinders on. Hi, this is Jay with the UPS store in Vermilion. Many people don't see everything we have to offer when they stop by the UPS store to ship their packages. They miss all the things we have, like printing, designing. We even offer notary services here at the UPS store, located on Cherry Street in Vermilion.
Welcome back to Lennox, South Dakota. This is the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show, and this is Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I am Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. It's 2:41 to let go here in half, and let's take a look around the state where on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard right here, Vermilion leads 31-24. In Class AA basketball, T area leads Aberdeen Central 4-0. With 6 minutes to go in the first. In Class A girls basketball, Elkton Lake Benton leads Hills Beaver Creek 19-12 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Waubay Summit leads Britton Hecla 30-26 at the half. Little Wound and Lower Brule, no score. Ulrichs and Bennett County, no score. Standing Rock and McLaughlin, no score. Dupree and Lemon. Centerville and Elk Point Jefferson, no score as of yet. That has to be, there has to be an update there. That was supposed to start at 6:15. Let's take a look. That must have started really late. That was supposed to start at 6:15. No update as of yet. Looks like it has not started. Elsewhere in Class A girls, Platte Geddes will take on Burke, Canton, and Parker. Pine Ridge and Cheyenne Eagle Butte, Parkston and Elsterline Hendricks, McCook Central Montrose and Tri-Valley, Baltic and Viborg Hurley, and Beersford and Hanson in a good matchup. In Class B girls, Hitchcock Tulare and Aberdeen Christian 30-26 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Andes Central, Dakota Christian leads Menno 40-34, 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Jen, do you know what Andes Central, why that's so important?
Your mom graduated from Pickstown.
That she... Exactly. Andes Central is the school that accepts the kids from Pickstown. That started in 1969. The year one Linda Harvey graduated. She kept the truant officer busy for Andes Central. I don't know if they had a truant officer, but they just wanted to get rid of her. They're like, no, she needs to graduate. And they're like, she hasn't been here. They're like, nope, she's going. And so that is the Linda Harvey story. Now Linda Harvey Schumacher. So yes, she will always be a Pickstown engineer at heart, but she is on Andes Central by graduation. So we're getting ready to start the third quarter here, but Andes Central leads Menno 41-34. Waubay Summit over Britton Hecla again 30-26 at the half. Ethan leads Corsica Stickney 46-18 at the half. And that is the roundup for Class B girls. No score updates for boys action. It's still fairly early throughout the state. That was a look around the state brought to you by Vermilion Medical Clinic here on First Dakota National Bank basketball, bringing you Tanager basketball. This has been the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show, where on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard it is 31-24 in favor of the Tanagers. Same starting five for both teams. And Danny Hyam will inbound to Tegan Sturm. And gets it into Peters. Peters over to Sturm, loses the handle, but picks it back up. And here's Hyam, guarded by Chandler. Chandler Cleveland with 17 points in that first half. Kuiper with the jumper, no good. Hyam tries to come down with it. It is going to be a jump ball that will stay with Lennox with a fresh 35. No, Lennox did start with possession. All right. That was my bad, because that would be the first possession of the game. And if Lennox had it first, that would be the first possession. Idiot. All right, so Vermilion with the ball, 7:32 to go. I'm a dope sometimes, I apologize. Brooklyn Voss over to Brooke Jensen. Jensen with the short jumper, no good. Rebound by Kuiper. 7:21 to go, Vermilion leads 31-24. Here is Sturm, guarded by Janea. Over to Hanson. Hyam from the elbow, short jumper, no good. Rebound, Janea Cleveland. Roovers gets it down to Voss, into the paint, out to Chandler Cleveland from the elbow, no good. Rebound Voss. Voss back to Chandler, Chandler for three, and that is good. Chandler's like, I don't want just 2 points. Come on. I need 3. So that is Chandler's 4th 3 of the game, giving her 20 points on the night. Here is Ryan Hansen over to Andy Peters. Vermilion now with a 10-point lead again. Peters guarded by Janaea. Gets it over to Sturm. Sturm picked up there by Roovers. Gets it over to Kuiper. Kuiper from the elbow. No good. Rebound, Chandler Cleveland. That is her 3rd rebound. Like I said, if you have a vote for player of the game, type it into the comments in Vermilion streaming. Right now, I'm leaning towards Chandler Cleveland, 20 out of 34. But there's Voss for 3. No good. Rebound, Danny Hyam. 10-point lead for Vermilion with 6:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. And that turnaround by Kuiper is no good. So here's Chandler again for 3. Oh, no. She is human. Into the hands of Carly Kuiper, 34-24. Vermilion leads by 10. Here's Sturm. Drives into the paint. Up at the right hand. Up and in for Sturm. And this is going to be a timeout, a full timeout called by Coach Adam Quail with 5:41 to go. So we'll take a timeout as well. This is brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. We'll be right back after these messages from our Vermilion sportscasters.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermilion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermilion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermilion Auto Works.
Vermilion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermilion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermilionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. With 5:35 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion leads 34-26. Brooke Jensen with a three-point attempt, no good. Rebound to Kuiper. Gets it out to Danny Hyam. I wanted to make sure I was saying that right. Hyam brings the ball around. Vermilion with an 8-point lead. Here's Ryan Hansen, guarded by Janaea. Gets it out to Sturm. Sturm, turnaround jumper is short. Rebound, Janaea Cleveland. That is her 2nd rebound of the night. Vermilion with 5 minutes to go leads 34-26. Brooklyn Voss with the pass over to Jensen, over to Roovers. Roovers thought about the 3. Kicks it out to Janaea. Over to Chandler. Good ball movement by this Tanager team. Brooke Jensen for 3, and that is good. Brooke Jensen on the assist by Taylor Roovers now has 6 points on the night. 37-26, the biggest lead for the Tanagers so far tonight. Here's Hyam. Hyam backs down Chandler Cleveland into the paint, and that is no good, and that is off of Lennox. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Hyam. Hyam's first personal, first team. Nobody in real foul trouble. Nobody with more than 1. In fact, only 3 players have a foul for Lennox, only 2 for Vermilion. So right now out there for Lennox, it's Kuiper, Hyam, Peters, Sturm, and Bosma. Bosma checked in for Hansen. Jensen met in the paint, but puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Sturm. Sturm guarded by Janaea Cleveland, 37-26, 4:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Andy Peters with a long 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound into the hands of Brooklyn Voss. Voss with her 3rd rebound of the game. Here's Taylor Roovers. Roovers over to Brooke Jensen. Jensen into the paint, puts up a shot, up and good, giving Jensen 8 points on the night. 3:44 to go. Vermilion now with a 13-point lead. Here's Bosma over to Hyam. Hyam guarded by Janaea. Kicks it out to Peters, and Peters travels, took off before she dribbled. Hansen and Barta to check in. Voss and Janaea Cleveland to check out with 3:28 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion leads 39-26. Again, we want to thank Carlson's Body Shop for being our halftime sponsor, and Vermilion Medical Clinic for helping us look around the state. That pass by Hansen was stolen away by Lennox. So here is Bosma down to Sturm. Sturm over to Hyam. Hyam for three. No good. Rebound to Barta. That's Barta's third rebound of the game. 3:05 to go. Roovers kicks it over to Chandler. Chandler over to Janaea. Janaea, no, Brooke drives in, leaves it just short. Rebound, Kuiper. 2:56 to go. Vermilion leading by 13, 39-26. Lennox moving left to right. And here's Peters, drives in. And that is stolen away by Roovers. Roovers with her second steal of the game. Gets it ahead to Barta. Barta out with the right hand and good. Taylor Barta with 4 points. Makes it 41-26. 15-point lead is the biggest of the game for Vermilion. 2:24 to go. Here's Sturm. Picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Bosma. Get it down to Kuiper. Kuiper, turn around, and that is blocked by Jensen and picked up by Roovers. Jensen with her third block of the night. Here's Taylor Barta. Gets it over to Roovers. And Hansen drives the baseline on the block. Turnaround jumper up and good for Casey Hansen. And that is going to be a timeout. And that is going to be a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll be right back with 1:57 to go in the third quarter. Vermilion leads 43-26. We'll be back after these messages from our Vermilion sportscasters.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermilion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermilion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermilion Vision Care Associates.
Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion Streaming. I am Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, and this broadcast brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Serving their customers for over 150 years with personal, ag, and commercial lending. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion leads 43-26 with 1:46 to go. Lennox with the ball. Vermilion has outscored Lennox 12-2 this quarter. That shot no good. Rebound by Janaea Cleveland. So Janaea bringing the ball up the right-hand side. Gets it off to Taylor Barta down low. Oh, unable to connect, but rebound Casey Hansen. And that is going to be a jump ball. With 1:22 to go, that will be a jump ball for Lennox. So in there now, Brooklyn Voss and Chandler Cleveland have checked in for Brooke Jensen and Taylor Roovers. There's going to be a foul. That's going to be called on Barta. Barta with one personal foul now. First team foul of the quarter. So Bosma to inbound the ball. Gets it into Hyam. Hyam guarded by Barta. Hyam turns around, tries to get it in. It goes out of bounds off of number 14, Gavin Herline. Herline, it'll go over to Vermilion. It's Herline, Sweeter, Hyam, Sturm, and Bosma out there for Lennox. Hansen brings the ball up, gets it over to Janaea. Janaea drives in, gets it into Barta. Barta up and good. Taylor Barta with 6 points on the night. 45-26, 50 seconds to go. Vermilion has extended that to a 19-point lead. Hyam up and good. 42 seconds to go, 45-28 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Janaea Cleveland bringing the ball up 6 in the game clock, and there's going to be a foul. That'll be on Hyam. That is Hyam's second personal, second team of the quarter with 33.8 seconds to go. So Janaea Cleveland to inbound the ball. Gets it into Voss. And I don't know, Vermilion might play for the final shot here, leading by 17. They come into the quarter leading by 7, so they've extended that lead by 10. 45-28. Again, this Lennox team is coming off a victory, a big victory over T area. So Voss with the ball, 14 seconds to go. 11, 10, 9. Here's Barta. Barta kind of caught out by midcourt. Gets it over to Janaea. 3. Janaea will drive into Barta, and Barta is fouled on the shot, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. Barta gets fouled on the shot with no time left on the shot clock. And that foul is going to be called on number 4, Ashley Sweeter. That's her first personal. And so Barta will go to the line to shoot 2. So, and they put half a second on the clock here. So Barta, first free throw, up and good for Taylor. Taylor with 7 points on the night. Good for Taylor, getting a good game in. I told you she's elevated her game since Hansen's been coming in with her. Second free throw is short. Rebound is to Bosma. And that will be the third quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion leads 48-26. We'll be back for our fourth quarter on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. This is Tanagers basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion leads 46-28. And this is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley from Lennox High School in Lennox, South Dakota. Brooklyn Voss on the lower block kicks it out to Roovers. Roovers met there by Peters. Roovers gets it over to Jensen. Jensen with the short jumper off the back iron. Rebound Chandler. Chandler up and no good. Rebound to Kuiper. And that's stolen away by Janaea. Back to Taylor Roovers. 7:21 to go here in the fourth quarter. So the original starting 5 for both teams. Chandler with the turnaround jumper has it blocked by Kuiper. Rebound into the hands of Brooklyn Voss. That ball is stolen away through the hands of Chandler. And that ball is out of bounds off of Lennox. That will go to Vermilion. So 46-28. We're 1 minute and 5 seconds into this fourth quarter. Vermilion leads 46-28. Nobody has scored as of yet. Roovers down low to Voss. Voss with a short little jumper, and that is up and in. Taylor's third assist of the game. Brooklyn now has 5 points. And here's Sturm. Oh, that pass to Hyam is low, and that will be out of bounds. Oh, nope, they're saying Vermilion knocked it out. Okay. So 6:33 to go. Vermilion now has a 20-point lead. And if you're Lennox, you need to start scoring and get some stops. That ball. Oh, wow. That is a late whistle. And they're going to call it on Brooke Jensen. That is Brooke's first. I thought it was a block. Really thought it after they allowed the ball hit the ground and everything, but they whistled that. That was a late whistle. I understand Brooke's frustration if it wasn't a foul right away. But Sturm at the line to shoot 2. First free throw for Sturm is up and good. That gives her 6 points on the night. Sturm's second free throw is up, and that is short, but rebound by Hyam, up and good. Hyam now with 8 points. Hyam averages 11.1. Kuiper also has 8 points. She averages 14. Roovers gets it over to Brooke Jensen. Brooke gets it over to Janaea. Chandler down low, back to Janaea. Cross-court pass to Brooke, over to Voss. Voss up top to Roovers. Roovers floats in. Floater is no good, but gets her own rebound. 5:58 to go. We are 2 minutes into this third quarter. And Roovers with her 4th rebound of the game. Jensen on the elbow. No good. Rebound, Carly Kuiper. Carly Kuiper's been quite a menace in there. Here's Andy Peters. No good off the back iron, but again, a rebound by Kuiper. Hyam down low, up. No, Ryan Hansen down low, up and in, gives her 6 points. Ryan Hansen scoring pretty much right at her average now, averages 6.7. 5:20 to go, and Coach Brooks would like to take a timeout. 30-second timeout, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in downtown Vermilion. We're going to keep it right here on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. 5:19 to go. Vermilion leads 48-33. This is Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I did want to remind you, I've been seeing some notices. It is, if you follow River City Domestic Violence, it is domestic violence awareness for teen dating violence. I was not saying it quite correctly, but you know, they are willing to bring speakers to you if you have a group that you're willing to have get together to discuss that. But it is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and I figured people listening might have some teens that might be interested. If you have a team or a group that gets together, reach out to River City Domestic Violence, and they would be happy to present to your organization. All right, 5:19 to go, 48-33. Vermilion with the ball, leading by 15. And here's Brooke Jensen. To Voss. Voss kicks it out to Roovers. Roovers with the short little jumper. Boy, left that one short as well. Ball is out of bounds off of Kuiper, so that will go back to Vermilion. 33 seconds on the shot clock. 5:01 on the game clock. 48-33. Vermilion leads by 15 with 5 minutes to go. Voss, long shot, no good. Rebound by Janaea. Janaea in the paint, guarded by Kuiper. And boy, that is a tough ask. And that is going to be Lennox ball. Boy, that is just a tough ask, a 6'3" player like that. And they're going to call a foul on Janaea. That I'm surprised by. That is Janaea's second personal, second team foul. 4:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Get the ball over to Andy Peters, over to Kuiper. Kuiper for three, and that is good. Kuiper now has 11, and that lead is down to 12 for Vermilion. With 4:35 to go, they would like to get a score here. They led by 18 coming into this quarter. Jensen for three, and that is good. That is a great answer by Brooke Jensen, giving her 11 points on the night. Extends that lead back to 15. Tegan Sturm with 4:15 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Kicks it over to Andy Peters, who drives in. Kicks it out to Danny Hyam. Over to Ryan Hansen for three. No good. Rebound. Taylor Roovers. Roovers brings the ball up. They're going to settle down. They're going to take their time. 4 minutes to go, halfway through this fourth quarter. Roovers gets it over to Janaea. She'll be picked up there by Tegan Sturm. Roovers kicks it over back to Janaea. Cross-court pass to Brooke Jensen. Back over to Taylor, just kind of doing a little keep away. 13 seconds on the shot clock. A cutting Roovers now with 8 seconds to go will drive, and she is fouled by Sturm. That'll be Sturm's first personal, first team, so that will lead to an inbound play. But more importantly, it leads to a fresh 35. So checking in, Carly Bosma. Checking out is Ryan Hansen. So Janaea Cleveland inbounds to Taylor Roovers. Brooke Jensen over to Janaea Cleveland. And here's Roovers in the lower left corner, guarded by Sturm. Down low to Voss. Voss on the block. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Carly Kuiper. Carly gets it out to Sturm. 3:16 to go. Here's Bosma. Bosma over to Hyam. Hyam over to Sturm. Sturm will drive in. Kick it back out to Bosma. Here's Andy Peters for three. No good. Rebound, Voss. Voss with authority with 5 rebounds. 2:56 to go. Vermilion leads by 15. That pass by Roovers is over the head of Chandler Cleveland. That will go back to Lennox. Just kind of a frenetic pace here. Coach Brooks, I mean, you always love to have things that you can coach up. And so, you know, you'd hate to have a perfect game. So they're giving him things to talk about. 2:50 to go. 51-36. Vermilion leads. Casey Hansen looking to check in. That ball is stolen away by Brooklyn Voss. Brooklyn Voss having a nice game, a sneaky nice game to go with everybody else. But Roovers is going to be fouled again by Sturm. Sturm's second personal, second team foul. So Voss checks out. Casey Hansen checks in. And here's Janaea over to Hansen. Hansen drives the paint, goes up with the right hand. No foul called somehow, but that is off of number 14, Gavin Herline. No fresh clock because it did not hit the rim. So 19 seconds on the shot clock. 2:18 on the game clock on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Janaea Cleveland, here's to Roovers. Roovers for three. No good off the back iron. Rebound to Herline. Herline gets it over to Sturm. Sturm will drive in, up with the right hand, up and in for Sturm. Sturm now has 8 points on the game. And that is 3 points above her average. So 1:59 to go, 51-38. Vermilion leads by 13 with less than 2 minutes to go. Here's Chandler Cleveland, 20 seconds on the shot clock. 1:50 on the game clock. Here's Jensen, guarded by Hyam. It's down to Hansen on the block, out to Roovers. That ball is just in and out of the hands of Brooke Jensen. So 1:38 to go. 13-point lead for Vermilion. You know, Coach Brooks would like them just to settle down, get a stop here, and maybe milk that clock just a little bit. Stay on. So Andy Peters picked up by Roovers. Here's Herline. Guarded by Hansen, back to Peters. Peters for three. No good. They gave him a fresh 35, and they should not have, but that rebound was by Hyam. Rebound by Hyam and put back, and so timeout taken by Lennox. Coach Quail with 1:13 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. 51-40. Vermilion leads. We'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
Welcome back to Lennox High School in Lennox, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. We just came out of a Murph's Appliance timeout. Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion, locally owned, locally operated for over 20 years, serving the appliance needs of their customers. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion leads 51-40 with 1:13 to go. And this is Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Brooklyn Voss to inbound the ball, gets it into Taylor Roovers, 1:13 to go. It is a 4-possession game. Roovers gets it across the timeline, gets it over to Chandler. Chandler out to Voss. Voss over to Hansen. 1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Janaea Cleveland picked up her dribble, needs a little help, gets it over to Voss. Voss gets it over to Chandler. It's Roovers, Hansen, Cleveland, and Voss. Brooke Jensen is on the bench right now for a breather. Chandler Cleveland drives the paint and is going to be called for a travel. 42.1 seconds to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Lennox is making this a little tighter than I think people would have liked, but Taylor Barta checks in. Casey Hansen checks out. That 7-person rotation is going well for Vermilion. Taylor Barta having the best game of the season for her, I think. Sturm backs up for the three. Oh, that is the third time it has gone down and come back out. But the rebound to Sweeter. Three-pointer for Bossman, no good. Rebound by Janaea Cleveland. That is Cleveland's 5th rebound. And there's going to be a foul on the floor. 2 timeouts for both teams, remaining for both teams. That foul is going to be called on Gavin Herline. This is her 2nd personal, 3rd team. Hansen checks in, Barta checks out. Checking in is Maya Hanish, the 5'7" sophomore. Checking out is Ryan Hansen. Checking in, Kenzie Bossman, the 5'5" freshman. Also checking in, Libby Kranz, the 5'10" 8th grader. Checking out Herline and Sturm. So Coach Quail bringing in some of the reserves here. 11 seconds to go. Vermilion leads with 11-point lead with 20 seconds to go. Vermilion will win. Vermilion will earn some much-needed seed points just to secure that top spot in the region. And 8-7, and Vermilion will just dribble it out, and there's the hand from the crowd as Vermilion will win 51-40. Hopefully we'll have Coach Brooks maybe at halftime of the boys game as we get ready to bring you some First Dakota National Bank post/pregame show before the Tanager boys take on the Lennox Orioles. We'll be back on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Save means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday. Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Reynolds in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Reynolds, your rental equipment headquarters. Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermilion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with the work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermilion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainsbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop. your complete car care center.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I am Michael Schumacher, and this is the First Dakota National Bank post-game, pre-game show. Well, we just saw the Vermilion Tanager girls defeat Lennox 51-40. Leading the way for Vermilion, Chandler Cleveland with 20, Brooke Jensen with 11, 7 for Taylor Barta, 5 for Taylor Roovers and Brooklyn Voss, and 3 for Casey Hansen. Lennox was led by Carly Kuiper with 11, about 3 points below her average. Danny Hyam with 10, about a point below her average. Andy Peters with 3, Ryan Hansen with 6, Tegan Sturm with 8, and Carly Bosma with 3. That was the scoring roundup for the Lennox Orioles. We had a chance to sit down with Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers in anticipation of this game. And here is that conversation with Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers as we got ready for Lennox Orioles basketball. Welcome back to our conversations with our coaches, and we have Coach Jay Drake on the line with the Vermilion Tanagers. Coach, we've had some time off. It's a new week, a full week. How are you doing today?
Yeah, ready to go, and like you said, it'll be a really busy week for both us and the girls this week, and 3 doubleheaders, and it'll be finally nice to get this Lennox one in tonight. We had kind of 3 rescheduled games this year with Christian, Madison, and Lennox, so at least after tonight, we're basically all caught up to where we should be going into tomorrow night's game with Wagner, but it'll be good and should be a fun night for fans.
Oh, definitely. Lennox is playing some really good basketball. They were without their star, the USD commit Porter Enan, for a while. He's been reincorporated, so they've been playing well. You guys are playing well. You hung with Dakota Valley in your last game out. Unfortunately, not able to get the win, but I think people took notice and saw that, this is a team to be reckoned with. So you've had some time to practice, which has kind of been at a premium with all the games being rescheduled and 3 games in a week here and there. How do you feel heading into this game?
Yeah, like you said, it was nice just after the Dakota Valley game, to have some good practices here and just a week to kind of prepare. And, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week after the game, get 3 good practices in, and we came in yesterday for kind of a walkthrough, shoot around, and game prep of Lennox. So at 4, practices, if you want to call Sunday's practice as well. But 4 chances to kind of improve, and you don't always get that this time of year, especially with games and reschedules and stuff. And so I think our guys. Obviously, we got through some things, and from a scout standpoint, whether you needed the time or not, we know X pretty well from past years and being a conference and region opponent, and they know us well. But I think the most important thing, more than anything, is to have those 4 good days of practice, because not just the Lennox game, but it gears you up for this very busy week with 3 games in 5 days.
Well, it is a busy week. 3 good to great teams, and it all starts tonight with Lennox and Porter Enan. What do they bring to the table that really maybe creates some opportunities for you, but also poses some challenges?
Well, one, they're a very good basketball team, and like you said, it starts with Enan. He's been playing since 8th grade. He's kind of their 6th man as an 8th grader, and really probably the last 4 years. We've played him twice a year, I think 3 of the last 4 years, because we've seen him in the postseason. But, I think back to his freshman year, we played him in the region semifinals the year we went to the state tournament. And as a freshman, he was their leading scorer and leading rebounder. So besides as an 8th grader being the 6th man, he's probably been their best player the last 4 years. And deservedly so. First team All-Stater last year, and going on to USD next year, and we'll have a good career there. But when you have one of the better players in the state, that obviously is a tough matchup. But they've got so much depth and talent and athleticism around them, and it's why kind of going into the season, I think a lot of people thought Sioux Falls, Christian, Hamlin, and probably Lennox were the 3 best teams in Class A. And then when he got hurt in football and missed probably the first half of the season, that kind of got them maybe off to a slower start than maybe people would have thought. But, they've gotten back in the mix the last few weeks. And the other thing with the injury early on the year, allows other kids to have to step up and do some things. And the younger Gertis kid has been really good. The Katzer kid who came in over from the Cook Central last year and was their quarterback in football started for a while when Enan was out, and the two Musser boys. Dirks is a 3-year starter now. So they've got guys that can put the ball in the basket. They all can shoot the three, and it just makes it for a tough matchup because you're keying on Enan so much, and he does so much for their team, kind of distributing the ball as well and getting other guys into the game and stuff. So we'll have our hands full. We know we're going to have to play very well. It's always tough playing in their gym, and yet it's a challenge I know our guys are ready for.
Well, and it really feels like the Vermilion team is playing some of its best basketball, as we see that light at the end of the tunnel of the regular season. How do you feel about where the team sits right now?
Yeah, you're always, with 2 weeks left and 5 games, basically a quarter of the season, 5 regular season games left. You want to be playing your best basketball going into the postseason. And for the most part, through 15 games, we were disappointed in the Sioux Falls Christian game, not because of how it ended, just felt we could have been at least more competitive in that game, even though that's a very good basketball team. But when you look at our other losses, Pine Ridge, a top 5 team, Dakota Valley, a top 5 team, Del Rap is the upper half of the DAC-12, and obviously a good basketball team. And all those games were games that we were right there in the fourth quarter, and then even before the break with Boys Town, very athletic team. And again, another game that you're right there in the last couple minutes. So we've hung in there with very good teams, giving ourselves a chance. On some of these, it'd be nice to kind of get over the hump, kind of like we did in the Groton game, where we can kind of control some things down the stretch. But the most important thing, you want to be playing your best basketball going into the postseason, and I think we're heading in the right direction. And yet all these games here the next 2 weeks are still very, very big, not just because you want to play well, but there's a lot of region seeding. A lot up in the air still, and a game like tonight, if we could win it tonight, we'd probably jump to the 2 seed, and Lennox would slide to the 3. And yet, if we don't play well over the next couple of weeks, we could easily slide all the way to the 5 spot, and then you're on the road in the first round of the region. So hopefully we're playing well, and if we're doing that, we feel we'll have a chance to win basketball games, and then you're just trying to make some plays down the stretch.
All right. Well, Coach, I think it's going to be a great night tonight for basketball. Big week ahead, and I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with me today. We'll see you tonight.
All right. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it, Michael.
That was Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers here on our First Dakota National Bank pregame show. As we get ready to bring you the Tanagers and the Orioles from Lennox, we'll be back after these messages from our Vermilion sportscasters.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermilion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermilion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermilion.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I am Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. We are coming at you from the Lennox Gymnasium on the campus of Lennox High School in Lennox, South Dakota, where the Vermilion Tanagers are getting set to do battle with... Did I say the Lennox Tanagers? The Vermilion Tanagers are getting set to do battle with the Lennox Orioles. Lennox Orioles on the season got off to a bit of a slower start than they would have liked, as they were without their star Porter Enum, but they are 11-5 on the season. And they're doing battle with a Vermilion Tanager team that is 10-5 on the year. Lennox, their losses have been to Sioux Falls Christian, 77-53. They lost to Millbank, 63-54. They lost to Waconia, Minnesota, 68-65. They also lost to Western Christian out of Iowa, 68-49. And they lost to T-Area, 48-31. The Tanagers in the meantime have lost to Boys Town, 73-68. They then lost 3 in a row to Sioux Falls Christian, 81-50, Pine Ridge, 72-64, and Del Rapids, 65-61. 3 losses to 3 teams with a total of 6 losses on the season. They then went on a little winning streak, then fell to Dakota Valley 75-65 in a game that was closer than the stats would even say. Now, Vermilion, I want to talk about the girls. I did not talk about it enough, I don't believe. This victory over Lennox will not be a top-tier seed points, that 14-5 record, just a notch below that 750 winning percentage. It will be worth 47 seed points for the girls. That will increase their seed point average. Now, what you need to be aware of, even a win on Friday against Parker will cost them seed points, because you can only get so many seed points for a victory over a team with that poor of a record. And so you want to build up as many seed points as possible. Well, let's take a look. I just wanted to tell you the seed point formula. They can only get 41 points for a victory over Parker on Friday. So you don't want to count chickens before they hatch. But right now, their average is almost at 45.5 seed points for the team. And so that will obviously bring them down. So they will go up a little bit with this victory. Hopefully another victory tomorrow night against Wagner, and see where the cards fall after hopefully another victory against Parker. They will be hosting a region on Tuesday at the Birdcage in Vermilion. Now, that game on Friday, it's an odd doubleheader. It's a Parker versus Tanager girls, and then it's Ponca versus Tanager boys. So that is what we'll be bringing you. But right now, we're getting ready to bring you Tanager boys basketball, as the Tanager boys at 10-5 look to do battle with the Lennox Orioles as we get ready for starting lineups. Again, the Lennox Orioles on the season are 11-5, so a great matchup tonight between DAC 12 rivals and Region 4A opponents. So this will be a great matchup, great seeding positioning in this battle tonight. So for Vermilion, starting will be Connor Rohrig, Bryson Skogsberg, Zone Robinson, Carter Hansen, and Trey Hansen. On the season, Connor Rohrig averaging 5.7 points per game and 3 rebounds. Bryson Skogsberg averaging 13.5 points and 5.6 rebounds. Zone Robinson averaging 10 points and 4.7 rebounds, 2 assists and 1.5 steals. Carter Hansen, 13 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 1.5 steals. And Trey Hansen, 16.7 points, 6.9 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 2.8 steals. Should mention Zone Robinson, 10 points, 4.7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals on the season. And so they're getting ready to announce the starting lineup for this Lennox Orioles team. But if you noticed, Vermilion has 4 players averaging in double figures for their team. So starting for Lennox will be number 3, Talon Dirks, a 5'10 senior guard, averaging 6.4 points per game. Braxton Musser, a 6'6" senior forward, averaging 11.9 points per game. Porter Enan, the USD commit, at 6'6" senior guard, averaging 19.7 points per game and 7 rebounds. Number 24, a 6'3" sophomore guard, Tate Gertis, averaging 14.5 points per game and 7.3 rebounds. And then Tegan Musser, a 6'4" sophomore forward. Nope, Trey Gertis, I'm sorry. Trey Gertis, 6'3" senior forward, who is starting for this Lennox Orioles team. So this is Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard right now says 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, 0-0. Jumping for Vermilion will be Carter Hansen. Jumping for Lennox will be Porter Enan. And Enan does win the jump. And so Lennox will start with the ball. And here's a long three-point attempt, no good from Braxton Musser. Rebound to Bryson Skogsberg. So here's Carter Hansen. It's ball over to Trey Hansen. Trey guarded by Enan. Zone Robinson goes up, unable to connect, but he is going to be fouled by, looks like Talon Dirks. Nope, they're going to call it on Trey Gertis. Trey Gertis with his first personal, first team. It's on the shot, so Zone Robinson go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw up and good for Zone Robinson. Vermilion gets on the board first with 7:34 to go. Second free throw is no good for Zone Robinson. And ball is batted around. That'll be off of Lennox. That'll go to Vermilion. 36 seconds in. Vermilion leads 1-0. So Vermilion gets the ball into Carter Hansen. Hansen picked up there by Braxton Musser. Over to Connor Rohrig. Rohrig gets the ball over to Bryson Skogsberg for 3. That'll be off the front iron. Rebound 2. Number 24, Tate Gertis. Here's Porter Enan. Porter looks a little different without the long hair and the headband, so I had trouble recognizing him. There's a three-pointer for Talon Dirks. Vermilion now trails 3-1, 6:53 to go. Here's Skogsberg. Bryson hands it off to Carter Hansen. Carter drives in, spin, tries to get into zone. That is on the floor, picked up there by Lennox. Turnover, Vermilion. They trail 3-1. Porter Enan drives in, and that is going to be a foul on Trey Hansen. Trey with his first personal, first team. Porter Enan will go to the line to shoot 2. Again, Coach Eric Peterson had a chance to talk with him at Quarterback Club. He's really high on Porter Enan as a player. So Enan will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw for Enan is up and good. Again, Enan suffered an injury during football, and so he has missed a significant portion of the season, but he's come back and he's averaging almost 20 points a game. Second free throw for Enan is short, but rolls in, so he's 2 for 2. Makes it 5-1 in favor of Lennox. Here's Bryson Skogsberg, has the ball stolen away by Enan. Enan in the paint, up and no good, but he is fouled by Skogsberg. That'll be Bryson's first personal. Second team, and Enan will go to the line to shoot 2. I think you've even seen some physical development in Enan from last season to this year, just as far as muscle, adding some muscle from last year. That first free throw for Enan is up and good. He is now 3 for 3 from the line. And that one is short, but rolls in. Shooter's touch there, I guess. Carter Hansen gets it down to Rohrig. Rohrig up with the right hand, no good. Rebound, Tate Gertis. They're going to call a foul on Connor Rohrig. Connor Rohrig with his first personal, third team foul. So here's Porter Enan on the right-hand side. guarded by Robinson, gets it down to Gertis. Gertis gets to an open Talon Dirks. Dirks now has 5 points. And just like that, 2 minutes in, Vermilion trails 9-1. Timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. We'll be right back on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Over 20 years of locally owned, locally operated service, servicing the appliance needs of the Vermilion community. 6:08 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails 9-1. Timeout there by Coach Jay Drake. Here's Trey Hansen over to Skogsberg, over to Trey. Cross-court pass into Rorig, down in the paint, up to zone. Zone up, no good. Rebound to Tate. Gertis gets it up to Talon Dirks, and that's going to be the second foul on Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg with the blocking foul on the shot by Talon Dirks. That means Landon Cerny will be checking in. Skogsberg now with 2 personals, 4 team fouls, just 2 minutes and 13 seconds into this game. And Dirks with the free throw. Gives him 1 free throw, 1 3-pointer and 1 2-pointer. Skogsberg out, Cerny in. Trey Gertis checks out. And checking in is Drake Mickelson for Lennox. 11-1. Is the lead for Lennox. Trey Hansen is fouled by Porter Enan. That'll be Porter's first personal, second team foul with 5:39 to go here in the first quarter. Vermilion trails 11-1. They got on the board first with the Zone Robinson free throw. Trey Hansen guarded by Porter Enan. Here's Carter Hansen, picked up by Enan. Rorig drives in, looking for some help, gets it out to Carter. Carter drives in, little floater up and off the back iron, but in. Carter Hansen now with 2 points, makes it 11-3 Vermilion, or Lennox in favor of Vermilion. 5:15, here is Talon Dirks, and that is going to be on Rorig. That will be Rorig's second personal. We'll see if maybe Trenton Thomas makes his debut. Or first appearance of this game at least. Not his debut, he's played before. And that is the 5th team foul, so Talon Dirks, who averages 6.4 points per game, will go to the line to shoot 2. He already has 7 on the night. Make that 8. So 12-3, Lennox leads Vermilion. Make that 13-3. So here's Trey Hansen, guarded by Enan, gets it over to Zone Robinson. Robinson for 3, and no good, off the front iron. Rebound, Carter Hansen. Hansen averages 7 of those a game. And that ball is stolen away by Dirks. Dirks gets it ahead, and that is too far ahead of number 20, freshman 6'4", freshman Drake Mickelson. Getting ready to check in is Boston Katzer. Averages 8.3 points per game, the 6'3" junior. Checks in, number 15, Braxton Musser, the 6'6" senior, checks out. Again, Vermilion trails by 10, 13-3. Here's the ball in the hands of Carter Hansen. Picked up by Boston Katzer. Carter gets it across the midcourt line, gets it over to Rorig. Rorig gets it over to Cerny. Probably could have had a travel called there, but nothing was. Here's Carter Hansen in the paint. And turnaround jumper up, no good. And that rebound by Tate Gertis. Gertis drives in, up with the left hand, and good. Gertis with his first bucket of the game. It's a 12-point lead for Lennox, 15-3 with 4:14 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Trey Hansen right along the sideline. Gets it down to Landon Cerny. Out to Zone Robinson. Robinson drives the paint up with the left hand. No good. Rebound by Gertis. 15-3 halfway through this first quarter. Here's Talon Dirks up with the left hand, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Rohrig. That's his third personal. So Talon Dirks goes to the line to shoot 2. He already has 9 points. Make that 10 points for Dirks. As Cole Tweeten checks in, and that free throw is up and good for Talon Dirks. Another timeout by Vermilion, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. For over 20 years, they've been locally owned and locally operated and serving the Vermilion community. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank from the Lennox Gymnasium on the campus of Lennox High School in Lennox, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails 17-3. That timeout was brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Download a Cole Tweeten and off his hands, and that is turned over to Lennox. 14-point lead, 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. Not the way Coach Drake was hoping to start. And here's Drake Mickelson. Gets it into the hands of Tegan Musser, who loses it to Landon Cerny. Cerny with the steal. And that is Trey Hansen. He will be fouled on the shot by Tegan Musser. Musser, the 6'4" sophomore, averages 4.2 points per game. And that is his first personal. Third team. Hansen goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is short. Second free throw up and good for Trey Hansen. Vermilion's 2 for 4 from the line with 3:28 to go. 17-4. Vermilion trails Lennox. Porter Enan for 3, and that is good. Porter Enan now has 7 points on the game. Zone Robinson with the ball. Gets it over to Trey Hansen. Trey drives down the right-hand side, up the baseline, and that is foul, or tipped, blocked, and into the hands of Porter Enan. Porter drives in, and that's going to be a block on Carter Hansen. That'll be Carter's first. Porter Enan will go to the line to shoot 2. Coach Drake is saying no. He dug his shoulder into Carter Hansen. Carter's saying the same thing, but the official's saying no. He beat him off the dribble. That's debatable, but that first free throw by Porter Enan is no good. He's now 4 for 5 from the line. Again, he averages 19.7 points per game. Second free throw is good. 5 of 6 from the line for Enan. Now has 8 points on the night. Trey Hansen with the ball, picked up by Tate Gertis. Sophomore on sophomore there. Zone Robinson, pull-up jumper, short and good. Short pull-up jumper is good. That gives Zone 3 points on the night. 21-6, Vermilion trails by 15 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's a Boston Katzer. Gets over to Enan. Enan thought about the 3, will drive in. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Will bounce around and is good. Shooter's touch right there gives him 10 points on the night. Zone Robinson gets it into Trey Hansen. Trey gets it ahead to Zone. Zone will drive in, gets it into Cole Tweeten, up and in for Cole. Nice assist by Zone Robinson. Makes it 23-8. Just Vermilion's looking for a stop. Here's number 25, Tegan Musser for three, no good. Rebound to Porter Enan. Kicks it out to Boston Katzer for three, no good. And that will be out of bounds off of Lennox. Vermilion will retain possession. Again, from Lennox, I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Zone Robinson to inbound the ball. Vermilion trails 23-8 with a minute 54 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard here in the first quarter. Trey Hansen picked up by Boston Katzer, will drive in, kicks it out to Tweeten. Tweeten with the short jumper, no good. Rebound by Drake Mickelson. Enan drives in, and no good, but the rebound will go to Braxton Musser. Then here is Enan for three, no good. Rebound to Landon Cerny. Carter Hansen gets it over to Trey Hansen. Cole Tweeten back to Trey. Trey for a long three, no good. Rebound to Porter Enan, gets it ahead to Tate Gertis. Gertis on the block. Up is going to travel, and that will be a turnover to Vermilion. Now checking back in, Talon Dirks and Tegan Musser checking out Boston Katzer and Porter Enan. Trey Hansen with the ball on the baseline, gets it ahead to Carter Hansen. Carter was about to lose control, gets it, has it stolen away by Tegan Musser. Musser with his first 2 points of the night. 25-8, 17-point lead for Lennox with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Here's Trey Hansen. Trey in the paint, gets it over to Carter. Carter for three, that is no good. Rebound Landon Cerny. Cerny with 32 seconds. Shot clock and game clock pretty much the same. And that's a long three for Carter, no good. That'll be out of bounds. That will go over to Lennox. Vermilion again in their black uniforms with red numbers and white lettering with inverted colors for the trim. Checking in for Lennox will be number 5, Boston Katzer. Checking out number 20, Drake Mickelson. 24.3 seconds remaining. Vermilion trails 25-8. And Porter Enan with the ball, gets it out to Tate Gertis. Gertis will drive in, kicks it out to Katzer. Katzer loses control, stolen away by Trey Hansen with 10 seconds. Gets it over to Zone Robinson. Robinson with the floater off the backboard and in. Zone Robinson with 5 points. And that heave is no good. So at the end of the first quarter, Vermilion trails 25-10 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM and 1570 AM, and Midwest on Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermilion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermilion.
The wait when your furnace and AC needs repair by joining Larry's Heating and Cooling, Comfort Care, and Elite Care Club. Larry's Comfort Care Club features seasonal maintenance discounts on service and no overtime charges. Larry's Elite Club includes seasonal maintenance, free parts, free labor, free service calls, and both mean you are in front of the line for service. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling and sign up for the Comfort Care or Elite Care Club. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Vermilion starts with possession, trailing 25-10 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Landon Cerny with the ball, brings it back around to the top of the key. Gets it over to Bryson Skogsberg. Bryson back to zone. This is a punishing defense by Lennox, not giving Vermilion much at all. Here's Trey Hansen, baseline, kicks it out to Skogsberg for 3 from the top of the key, no good. And that ball is off of Zone Robinson's fingertips. 7:31 to go. Ball will go back to Lennox. So again, Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard shows 7:25 to go. 25-10. Lennox leads. That pass by Katzer down low to Dirks is too hard. Dirks is unable to corral it. So Skogsberg will check in or inbound. Gets the ball into Trey Hansen. Vermilion just looking to get some points on the board. And here's Trey, drives in, kicks it out to Cerny, over to Carter. Carter drives in, puts up a floater, up and in. Carter Hansen with his second bucket. He now has 4 points on the night. 7 minutes to go, 25-12. Here's the ball in the hands of Porter Enan. Over to Gertis. So Enan with the pull-up jumper, up and good. That is, he has all the tools. You can see why USD wanted this young man. He is quite the talent. Carter Hansen looking to try to get the ball across midcourt, has it stolen away by Dirks, up and in. And Dirks with 2, and this is going to be a timeout for Vermilion. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Midwest Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion, serving their customers for over 20 years, locally owned and locally operated. We'll be right back. Vermilion lead trails 29-12.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermilion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Vermilion will inbound the ball with 6:30 to go. Vermilion trails 29-12 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Just a stifling defense from this Lennox Orioles team. And there's going to be a foul on the floor as Hansen tried to cut through. That is going to be on number 24, Tate Gertis. That'll be Gertis's first personal, first team. So Vermilion will inbound the ball. And I want to thank everyone joining us on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Appreciate your viewing or listening on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM and 1570 AM. Nice pass by Carter Hansen, but Skogsberg unable to connect. But Cerny with the rebound. Not sure how Skogsberg wasn't considered fouled on that, but ball is ahead to Talon Dirks. Dirks now has 15 points, I believe. 15 points, yes, for Talon Dirks. Dirks on the season is only averaging 6.4. Skogsberg for a long 3, in and out. Trey Gertis with the rebound. 31-12, Vermilion trails with 5:37 to go. Enan, thought about the 3, will drive in. Pull-up jumper is up and good. Porter Enan is good. Now, as a Coyote fan, I'm excited to see that he's so good. I'm excited to see him next year. Just wish he would lay off just a little bit tonight. Here's Carter Hansen over to Trey. Trey drives in, has it knocked out of bounds. And that is going to stay with Vermilion. Or are they calling a foul? Are they going to call a foul? That is a foul on Talon Dirks. That's his first personal. Second team, so Trey Hansen will inbound for Vermilion as they inbound to Zone Robinson. Zone guarded by Enan. Gets the ball to Trey Hansen. Over to Zone. Zone will drive in at the elbow, pulls up, jumper up and in for Zone. Zone gets it to roll. That gives him 7 points on the night. 4:53 to go. Vermilion trails by 19 here in the second quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Trey Gertis out to Porter Enan, 4-3. No good off the back iron. It's off of Zone Robinson. So checking in for Lennox, 6'4" freshman Drake Mickelson. Checking out, 6'3" senior Trey Gertis. They get it into Enan in the paint. Drives in, pull-up jumper with the right hand. No good. Rebound. No rebound, but Trey Hansen will be called for a foul. That will be his second personal. That is the first team foul of the quarter. So out there for Vermilion, it's Landon Cerny, Bryson Skogsberg, Zone Robinson, Carter Hansen, and Trey Hansen. Connor Rohrig is on the bench with 3 fouls. So 4:33 to go, 33-14. Vermilion trails by 19 in the second quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard as the inbounds to Porter Enan. They get it over to Tate Gertis, who gets it over to Talon Dirks. Dirks, no, in and out, rebound, Trey Hansen. Hansen's first rebound, according to my stat sheet. Zone Robinson drives in, loses control to Drake Mickelson. Mickelson gets it over to Enan. Enan drives in, kicks it over to Dirks. Dirks up and no good. Rebound Carter Hansen. Carter's second rebound of the night. So 4:04 to go, halfway through this second quarter. Vermilion trails by 19. They trailed by 15 coming into the quarter. Trey Hansen, 4-3, no good. And that rebound is, there is no rebound. Braxton Musser was able to box out Bryson Skogsberg. Ball goes out of bounds, 3:53 to go. Vermilion trails 33-14 here in the first half. Vermilion just unable to get on track for their outside shooting, and boy, not able to do much inside with the height advantage that Lennox has. That shot by Musser is no good, but rebound Talon Dirks unable to connect, and that is Trey Hansen was trying to corral it, and looks like he slipped on the floor and went out of bounds off of him. Not sure if it would have been off of him otherwise, off of Vermilion otherwise, but we'll see. So inbound to Porter Enan. Again, Enan, the USD commit, will drive. Kick out to number 15, Braxton Musser, 4-3. Musser averages 11.9 points per game. Those are his first 3 points of this game. Inbounds to Trey Hansen. Trey Hansen is picked up by number 24, Tate Gertis. Vermilion moving left to right. That is to Landon Cerny over to Skogsberg. Skogsberg up and in. Cerny with the assist. Skogsberg with his first 2 points. Makes it 36-16, a 20-point deficit for the Tanagers. As Enan, picked up by Carter Hansen, out to Braxton Musser. Here's Enan, drives in. And that is going to be an offensive foul on Porter Enan. And that will be Enan's second personal foul. And third team foul. So checking out is Talon Dirks and Porter Enan. Checking in, Tegan Musser. So it's Musser, Katzer, Tate Gertis, Drake Mickelson, and Boston Katzer. So yeah, Tegan Musser, Tate Gertis, Braxton Musser. There we go. Nope. And that rebound is to Boston Katzer. 36-16, 2:39 to go. Here's Tate Gertis. Gertis averages 14.5 points per game, second leading scorer on this team. Through a long three-point attempt for Tegan Musser, no good, and Zone Robinson hits the floor hard. His head bounced. And that foul is going to be on number 24, Tate Gertis, his second personal. Make sure Zone's okay. He looks okay. He's a tough kid. All right, here's Trey Hansen, gets it ahead to Carter. Carter on the left-hand side, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Trey. Trey will drive in, go up with the right hand. No foul called, but rebound Cole Tweeten. Puts it up, unable to connect, but he will go to the line to shoot two. Vermilion down 36-16. 2:14 to go here in the second quarter. That foul is on Tegan Musser. That is his third personal. First free throw for Tweeten is no good. Tweeten's second free throw is also no good. Rebound to Lennox. Looking to check in, looks like Leighton Smith. Gertis over to Katzer. Katzer in the rye. And here is Braxton Musser over to Katzer. Gertis down low to Drake Mickelson in the paint. Unable to connect. Rebound to, nope, off of Mickelson. So that will go to Vermillion with 1:50 to go. Leighton Smith checks in. Tegan Musser will check out. Cerny will check, go to the scorer's table to check in. But Carter Hansen with the ball. Vermillion trails 36-16. They trailed by 15 heading into this quarter. Tweeten down low, and that is blocked with 1:36 to go. Here is Katzer. Katzer up with the right hand. No good. Rebound, Tweeten. Gets the pass to Skogsberg. Skogsberg gets the ball across midcourt. And Landon Cerny will check in at the next stoppage of play. Carter Hansen out at the top of the key. Has the ball stolen away by Leighton Smith. Leighton Smith up and good for Leighton Smith. Third biggest lead of the night for Lennox. Here's Trey Hansen on the right-hand side, guarded by Tate Gertis. Trey Hansen will drive in, kick it out to Skogsberg. Over to Zone. Zone for three. Yes! Zone Robinson hits a three-pointer, gives him 10 points on the night. 38-19, Vermillion trails. Here's Katzer for three. No good. Rebound to Zone Robinson. Robinson goes up and in for Zone Robinson. Makes it 38-21. 33 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Looks like Lennox will play for the final shot. 26 seconds. And that is Tate Gertis and Zone Robinson. Oh, it looked like Zone had the steal, but they are going to call a foul on Zone. That will be his first personal. That'll be the second team foul. So checking in will be Porter Enan and Talon Dirks. Checking out Leighton Smith and Drake Mickelson. So on the court for Vermillion, Landon Cerny, Trey Hansen, Zone Robinson, Carter Hansen, and Bryson Skogsberg. For Lennox, it's Porter Enan, Boston Katzer, Tate Gertis, Braxton Musser, and a guy who's standing sideways and I can't see. Can't see his number. 11 seconds to go. Oh, it's Talon Dirks. Here's Enan. Enan will drive in. That really probably should have been called a foul. That ball is rebounded by Carter Hansen. Hansen shoots way too early. 0.8 seconds to go. 0.3 seconds to go. Lennox will inbound the ball with Vermillion trailing 38-21. Enan, long three-point attempt, no good. So at the half, Vermillion trails 38-21. We'll be back with the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show after these messages on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store on the corner of 15th and Broadway. We have what you need this holiday season. The freshest flowers and plants, home decor, candles, games, puzzles, socks, a great foodie corner, and of course beautiful jewelry, because we love things that sparkle. Be sure to stop by and see all that we have. It will surprise you. Shop local, shop Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
For the Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's doubled with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio and Vermilion Streaming, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show, where on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion trails Lennox in the boys matchup 38-21. But in the girls matchup, the Vermilion Tanager girls came away with a nice victory. And we have Coach John Brooks with us. Coach, not too bad of a night.
Yeah, it got up to a really good start, and credit Chandler Cleveland for that. She really came out and shot the ball well, and it kind of got everybody going. And anytime you can come on the road and take a lead and start off out in front, that kind of eases the pressure and all those types of things. So really happy with the way that we started the game. And then Lennox, they're very good. I mean, they made a good run. They get it back to 7.5, but then once again, kind of when you start back over almost in the third quarter after half, I thought our girls did a really good job in the third quarter to push the lead again. So overall, did a lot of good things.
Really did, but Chandler did some great stuff out there.
Good job.
Kuiper for them, it was hard to deal with that 6'3" frame and the long arms. If you have to face Lennox again, are there some adjustments that you saw that could be made?
Yeah, she's been playing really well lately, and give her a lot of credit. She's really developed her three-point shot, so she did a good job there in the first quarter, finishing inside. So obviously we need to do a better job on her, and she disrupts things defensively in the paint. So we got to try to pull her away from the hoop and make her guard our kids on the perimeter. I thought that's where Chandler was really effective. She got some good looks out there, kind of playing on the perimeter. So it's kind of your give and take with that one. But overall, I thought. Brooke got going shooting the ball tonight as well, so it was good to see some Chandler and Brooke to put the ball in the hoop.
Well, exactly. You had some good output from Chandler and from Brooke. Some, according to my stats, some good rebounding from everybody. Everyone seemed to have 4, 5, 6 rebounds, not allowing the second chance points when they did miss. How valuable is something like that for your team?
Well, that's what we said pregame, is that we have to rebound the basketball. Lennox is big and physical basketball. And we thought if we could rebound, we wanted to push the tempo, try to get the tempo going tonight. Not that you're going to get a turnover, or not that you're going to turn them over or get a layup every time. We just make them run up and down the floor. I think we're better when we play faster. So you can't play that way if you don't rebound the basketball. We're so really happy with the way our girls rebound on the defensive end.
Well, and kind of an unsung hero. I thought Taylor Barta had a really nice night tonight coming off the bench. I had her down for 7 points. She got some rebounds. I even have her down for a block. Now, I'm not sure if I was right on that, but I'm pretty positive she got a block. Just a nice game off the bench for Taylor.
Yeah, she got a block. You're
okay.
Right. But no, she was great. She brings us energy. She defends well on the perimeter. And she moved without the ball really good. Had some really nice back cuts, and kids found her underneath the hoop. She runs the floor really well. And the best thing is a team like that they got good guards. She can come out and really provide some good defense for us. So great game out of Taylor tonight.
Well, and that's kind of been, since you guys have really hit this streak since Casey started playing, she and Taylor come in at the same time, and it feels like Taylor's game is elevated.
Absolutely.
It really feels like maybe there's that comfort level with not coming in alone. You're coming in as a pair, and 2 people get to come off. It seems to be helping in more ways than one. Taylor's elevating her game, and you're able to keep your players a little bit fresher.
Yeah, and it seems like no matter what, out of one of those kids, we're always getting 7 or 8 points, and then we get the nights where they both do that, which is even huge. So really happy with the way those 2 are played off the bench. I think they give us some good energy. Casey, and they're different players, which is nice. Casey's a 3-point shooter, can really knock it down. She can score in the post, and Taylor's kind of that energy giver, right? She kind of comes in and starts getting everybody going again. So they're doing a great job.
Well, now the road doesn't get any easier. Tomorrow we travel to Wagner, take on everyone knows Ashlyn Copel, but by far not just led by Ashlyn Copel. That team is a really solid team. They only have a couple of losses on the year. How do you prepare for the Wagner Red Raiders?
We took one day this last week. We had quite a bit of practice this week, so we took one day to kind of put a little scouting report, just so when we talk about tomorrow, the girls can try to hopefully recall to that practice and talk about how we want to defend and do those things. So like we told the girls, enjoy this one. One thing that we didn't really talk about by winning that is we got Lisa Shera and maybe even a solo conference championship tonight. So, back-to-back DAC-12 conference champions. So we told the girls to enjoy this one tonight. That's a big deal, and that's not easy to do. So happy for our girls to kind of check that goal off the checklist, and then on the way to Wagner, we'll get together on the bus and go through some more scouting report and be ready to play again.
Well, and that's exactly right. Getting the DAC-12, it's a nice feather in the cap. Some nice seed points because you beat a team that's that second level, so you get 47 seed points, which helps with your positioning for the postseason. Coach, I just want to say thank you for coming up tonight to talk with us. Really appreciate it, and congratulations on the win. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you. That was Vermilion Tanager Girls head coach John Brooks with us here on the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show. Let's take a look around the state, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. Vermilion Medical Clinic, so much care, so close to home. In Double-A action, T area defeated Aberdeen Central 63-35. In Class A, Lemon leads Dupree. Elkton Lake Benton beat Hills Beaver Creek. Centerville leads EPJ with 7 minutes to go in the fourth, 39-31. That one started a little bit late, so seems like that should have been further along, but I don't believe it is. I will just pull it up here real quick. And that is 39-31 with 7:20 to go for Centerville over EPJ. Again, Vermilion over Lennox. Canton defeated Parker. Parker is the Tanager opponent on Friday. Britton Heckler over Wabash Summit 62-61. Parkston leads Esteline Hendricks 41-15. Viborg Hurley leads Baltic 52-42 with 6 minutes to go. Hanson over Beersford 55-38 with 5 minutes to go. Those are the only score updates in girls Class A. And in Class B, Hitchcock-Tulare over Aberdeen Christian. Andy Central Dakota Christian, home of all Pickstown students, defeats Menno 48-37. Lemon over Dupree 37-33. It's now 39-34 with 6 minutes to go. Centerville over Elk Point Jefferson. Scotland defeats Freeman Academy Marion. Bridgewater Emory leads Howard 40-31. Britton Hecla 62 over Wabash Summit again 61. Gregory defeated Cologne 56-39. Harding County defeats Bison 65-23. Ethan over Corsica Stickney. DeSmet over Canastota. DeSmet leads Canastota 42-39 with 2 minutes to go. Number 4 Wall defeated Phillip 70-37. Those are all the score updates in Class A girls. We'll be back after these messages with our Carlson's Body Shop halftime show on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM 1570 AM and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermilion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermilion.
Sherco in Vermilion is a full-service service center. Sherco LLC is an industry-leading supplier of tarp systems to the transportation industry and is located in Vermilion, South Dakota. Sherco Vermilion supports their customers in the agricultural, construction, waste, and flatbed markets. Become a part of the Sherco team. Go to sure-co.com, about us/careers. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show that is just wrapping up. And on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard as we enter the third quarter, Vermilion trails 38-21. Lennox will start with the ball. Vermilion was led in scoring in that first quarter by first half by Zone Robinson with 12. Leading the way for Lennox, Talon Dirks with 15 and Porter Enan with 14. I want to thank Coach John Brooks for coming up to talk with us. As that ball is knocked out of bounds by Zone Robinson. That'll go back to Lennox with 27 seconds on the shot clock. Tate Gertis with the ball. Gets it over to Dirks. Dirks drives in, up with the left hand, up and in. That gives him 17 points on the night. Came in averaging 6.4. Trey Hansen, guarded by Tate Gertis. Trey Hansen into the paint, kicks it over to Zone. Zone for three. No good off the back iron. Rebound, Talon Dirks. Dirks gets it ahead to number 15, Braxton Musser. Kicks it over to Tate Gertis. And that is no good. Rebound. Gets his own rebound, though. Follows his shot up and no good. Rebound, Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg with his second rebound. Trey Hansen drives in, up with the shot, no good. Knocks the ball over to Braxton Musser. Braxton Musser inbounds it to Trey Gertis, and Hansen is on the floor. Hansen hit the court pretty hard. Landon Cerny looks to be checking in, as Trey Hansen is on the court. He might just have the wind knocked out of him, or hit the, it looks like his nose might be bleeding. I'm not quite sure. So he will check out. So Cerny checks in. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in downtown Vermilion. So Enan over to Musser. Enan will drive in. Turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Connor Rohrig. And Rohrig is fouled by Talon Dirks. Connor Rohrig gets into the scorebook with a rebound. Talon Dirks with the, no foul. I guess he was just out of bounds when he touched the ball in Rohrig's hands. 6:45 to go here in the third quarter. Carter Hansen, 4 points on the night. Gets it over to Zone Robinson, leading scorer for Vermilion with 12. Pull-up jumper for Zone, no good. Rebound Carter Hansen, no. And still no foul. They're letting them play. That is to be said. They're allowing a lot of physical play. So that is out of bounds off of Carter. So Tate Gertis gets it into Trey. Over to Talon Dirks. Dirks picked up by Cerny. Dirks kicks it out, and that is stolen away by Zone Robinson. So 40-21, Vermilion trails. Carter Hansen thought about the three. Resets the offense, gets it over to Rohrig. Rohrig gets it back to Hansen. Hansen picked up by Trey Gertis. Carter goes up with the left hand, no good. Rebound, Trey Gertis. They get it ahead to Talon Dirks. Dirks gets it back to Enan. Enan for three, no good. That rebound to Dirks. Dirks kicks it out, gets it into the hands of Braxton Musser. Musser for three. Makes it 43-21, 22-point lead for Lennox over Vermilion. Zone Robinson gets the ball across midcourt. And here's a timeout for Coach Jay Drake. It's a coach's timeout with 5:30 to go. Full timeout, 43-21 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails. We'll be back after these messages from this Murph's Appliance timeout.
Visit our sleep experts at the Yankton Slumberland. With over 50 mattresses to choose from, we carry every price, free financing options, and the most trusted brands in the nation like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. Snoring or lower back pain tormenting you? Seek relief with an adjustable power base. Fall asleep faster and cooler with our sheets and pillow selection. With a 120-night sleep trial, you can't make a mistake. See us today at the Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That pass from Carter Hansen into the hands of Lennox, and that is a dunk by Porter Enan. Porter Enan now has 16 points on the night. Landon Cerny for three. Makes it 45-24. Here's Braxton Musser. Trey Hansen back in there. Connor Rohrig is out, and here is Trey Gertis out to Porter Enan. Porter Enan will drive in, and he is going to be fouled by Trey Hansen. On the floor, Trey, that will be his third personal. Second team. As far as timeouts go, Vermilion is down to one. Down to one timeout. So inbounding the ball will be Tate Gertis over to Talon Dirks for three, no good. Gertis with the rebound up and in. Gertis now has 4 points. He averages 14.5 on the season. Trey Hansen gets the ball over to Bryson Skogsberg. Trey will drive in, kick it back out to Skogsberg. Skogsberg for three, and that is good. Bryson Skogsberg with a three-pointer now has 5 points on the night. Here's Porter Enan with the ball. It's in the hands of Trey Gertis, sorry. Into the hands of Dirks. Over to Braxton Musser for three. No good off the back iron. Rebound, Zone Robinson. That ball is stolen away. Nope. Into the hands of Trey Hansen for three. No good. They're going to call a foul on the floor. We'll see who it's on. Is it on Talon Dirks? That is Dirks' second personal, first team. As in comes 6'4" freshman Drake Mickelson. Out comes 6'3" senior Trey Gertis. Now this is a Lennox Orioles team that expected to go to state last year, and Vermilion upset them in the region. Not only were they expected to go to state, they were expected to compete. So they're looking to return, especially with the return of Porter Enan, the advent of players like Braxton Musser, Boston Katzer, and Tate Gertis. So with 3:48 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion trails 47-27. Again, you're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And here is Tegan Musser. He'll go in with the right hand. No good. Into the hands of Landon Cerny, who gets it over to Trey Hansen, over to Skogsberg. Skogsberg for three, and that is another three-pointer for Bryson Skogsberg. And that's Tate Gertis, and that is no good. Rebound by Carter Hansen. All of a sudden, Vermilion's back within 17. Trey Hansen thought about the three. Zone Robinson in the paint. Has it fouled, has it blocked by Drake Mickelson. Enan drives in, and that has to be an offensive foul on Enan, and that will be Enan's third. So all of a sudden, with 3 minutes to go, Vermilion's back within 17, and Skogsberg's now on the floor. So that is Porter Enan's third personal, second team foul. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion trails 47-30 with 3:01 to go. Again, Skogsberg looks like maybe he just had the wind knocked out of him. Enan's a bigger player. Bryson's a more slight player at 6'1". Thinner, doesn't have the muscle build yet of a Porter Enan. So 3:01 to go. Vermilion trail in the third quarter. Vermilion trails 47-30. So Zone Robinson inbounds the ball. And here's Trey Hansen. 2:56 to go. Trey Hansen at the top of the key. Drives in. Up at the right hand. And good! Trey Hansen drives in. He makes the basket, and he is fouled by Tate Gertis, number 24. That'll be Gertis's third personal. So now, all of a sudden, 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Trey Hansen looks to make this a 14-point game. That free throw is up and in. So 47-33. I believe. Yeah, 47-33, 2.5 minutes to go. Closest they've been since the first quarter, so 2:46 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Boston Katzer over to Porter Enan. Enan for three, no good. Rebound Trey Hansen. Sudden little momentum for Vermilion. Here's Connor Rohrig, kicks it over to Trey Hansen. Trey thought about the three, has it knocked out of his hands, and they're going to call a foul on Vermillion. That'll be Trey Hansen's 4th personal. And Skogsberg goes to check in. Hansen checks out. Somehow no foul on the drive, but a foul on the attempt to recover the ball. So 2:28 to go. And Porter Enan brings the ball up. Vermillion trails by 14, closest they've been since the first quarter. And here is Braxton Musser. Over to Gertis, gets it into Mickelson. Mickelson down low to Enan. Enan has it blocked by Carter Hansen. Has it blocked again by Carter Hansen. 2 blocks by Carter. All of a sudden, it feels like this Tanager team is feeling it. Rohrig for 3, no good. That is short rebound by Porter Enan. That would have been huge. Oh, that probably should have been a travel there, but here's Musser for 3, no good. And that rebound, no good. Put back by Mickelson. Rebound by Carter Hansen. Vermillion looking to get it down to 12, maybe 11. Carter Hansen puts it up, no foul. Long outlet pass to Musser. Musser pulls up, doesn't have the numbers, gets it over to Enan. Timeout called by Buckmiller for Coach Chris Buckmiller for the Lennox Orioles. With 1:34 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermillion trails 47-33. We'll be back after this Murph's Appliance timeout.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Back in Lennox, this is Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley with 1:34 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard here in the third quarter. Vermillion trails 47-33. Lennox will inbound the ball. Vermillion has cut this into this lead. It was 15 at the end of the first quarter, 17 at the half. It's now a 14-point lead for Lennox. This Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That last timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Boston Cats are unable to connect. That ball is hit into the hands of Connor Rohrig with his second rebound of the night. 1:13 to go. Zone Robinson brings the ball up, gets it over to Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg will drive in. Kicks it over to Landon Cerny. Cerny drives in, kicks it over to Carter Hansen. And there's Bryson Skogsberg, and he is fouled on the shot by Tate Gertis, and that will be Tate Gertis' 4th personal. Tate Gertis with 4. So Talon Dirks looks to check back in. They only have him down for 2. Okay. First one for Skogsberg is good. Second one is in and out. As Boston Katzer checks out, Talon Dirks checks in. And that third free throw is in for Bryson Skogsberg. 12-point lead now for Lennox over Vermillion. 53 seconds to go. Porter Enan gets the ball over to Mickelson. Good ball movement. Here's Dirks. Back to Mickelson. Mickelson turnaround jumper up. No good. Rebound Bryson Skogsberg. All right. Vermillion's looking to try to get it down to a 10-point lead. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 3-point attempt for Skogsberg. No good. Rebound to Lennox. And it looks like they might play for just about the last shot. About a half-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Porter Enan, guarded by Carter Hansen. And again, Enan, the USD commit. Missed a lot of the season with a collarbone injury. Will drive in. Kicks it out to Dirks. Dirks for 3. No good. Rebound Enan. And he is fouled on the shot. And Zone saying no, got ball, but they're going to call it on Zone. Zone's second personal. That'll be the third team foul. And Porter Enan will go to the line to shoot 2. 16 points for Enan. This first free throw is up, and that is good. So checking in for Lennox. For Tate Gertis is Trey Gertis. 1.2 seconds remaining on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails 48-35. They trailed 38-21 heading into this quarter. It's now 49-35 as Porter Enan hits both. Landon Cerny over to Zone. Zone for 3, and that is good! Zone Robinson hits the 3 at the buzzer. Zone Robinson makes it 49-38. As we head into the fourth quarter, we'll be back with more on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, and Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Last week, a guy walked into the UPS store in Vermilion. He did not notice the copiers, the printers, the mailboxes, the banners, the posters, not even the business and shipping supplies. It was like he had blinders on. Hi, this is Jay with the UPS store in Vermilion. Many people don't see everything we have to offer when they stop by the UPS store to ship their packages. They miss all the things we have, like printing, designing. We even offer notary services here at the UPS store, located on Cherry Street in Vermilion.
Welcome back to Lennox High School in Lennox, South Dakota. As we enter the fourth quarter, Vermilion trails 49-38. They did trail by as many as 21 actually at one point. They trailed by 15 after the first quarter, 17 after the first half. They've been on a nice roll here. They outscored Lennox 17-11 in that third quarter. So Vermilion starts off with possession. Carter Hansen with the ball. Again, from Lennox, I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, Landon Cerny. In there, Trey Hansen is on the bench right now with 4 fouls. As Landon Cerny went to the basket, he is fouled. And he is going to be fouled by number 20, Drake Mickelson. That's Mickelson's first personal. Cerny goes to the line to shoot 2, and he connects on the first one. Makes it a 10-point game. Looking to make it single digits as Tegan Musser checks in, Drake Mickelson checks out. Landon Cerny, second free throw. Oh, rolls out. Porter Enan with the rebound. They get the ball ahead to Talon Dirks. Dirks gets it out to Enan. Enan drives in. Pull-up jumper is good. Porter Enan. It's 20 points on the night for Porter Enan, pretty much right at his season average. Here's Carter Hansen. Zone Robinson, turnaround jumper, up and no good. They're going to call a travel. They're going to call a travel on Zone Robinson. So 12-point lead for Lennox. 7:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Vermilion trails on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Here is Braxton Musser, gets the ball out to Tate Gertis. Tate Gertis averages 14.5 points per game. Right now, 4 points on the night. And that ball is stolen away by Landon Cerny. Cerny will pull up as he does not have the numbers. Gets it to Zone, a 12-point difference. And Bryson Skogsberg. And they're going to call a travel on Bryson, not a foul. Okay, all right. Trey Hansen checks in, Landon Cerny checks out. 6:36 to go, 51-39 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Porter Enan. I know I've said it before, but we are the flagship station of USD Coyote Athletics, so we're excited to have Porter Enan as part of the Coyote Nation next year. Porter Enan drives in, loses control. Ball is stolen away by Zone Robinson. Robinson will drive in, unable to connect. And Braxton Musser goes ahead with his first field goal from the field, non-three-pointer. And Trey Hansen drives in, kicks it out to Rohrig. Rohrig for three, and that is good. Connor Rohrig with the three makes it 53-42, an 11-point lead for Lennox on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. 5:56 to go. Here's Talon Dirks, thought about the three. Gets it back to Enan. Enan guarded by Hansen, as Hansen usually does, guards the best player on the other team. They get it back over to Tegan Muster. Talon Dirks for three, no good. Rebound, Carter Hansen. Vermilion looking to get it back into single digits. Trey Hansen, step back three, no good. And that rebound will go to Tate Gertis. Gertis gets it over to Enan. Enan. That might have been a carry there, but short, leaves the short jumper short. Rebound by Carter Hansen. And I'm sure I noticed more things like that against the opposing team than against my own, but Carter Hansen unable to connect. They get it ahead to Braxton Musser, ahead to Tegan Musser, and that is going to be a timeout. Tegan Musser with his second field goal. This timeout is a full timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. Murph's Appliance, 20 years being locally owned and locally operated, serving the appliance needs of the Vermilion community. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 5:05, Vermilion Trails, 55-42. We'll be back after these messages on Vermilion streaming on YouTube and ESPN Radio.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermilion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermilion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermilion Auto Works.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We are in Lennox Gymnasium on the campus of Lennox High School in Lennox, South Dakota. 5:05 on the Midwest Red Mix scoreboard. Vermilion Trails 55-42. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Zone Robinson will inbound the ball, gets it into Trey Hansen. 13-point lead for Lennox. 5 minutes to go in the game. Trey Hansen playing with 4 fouls. Boy, that's the second time Hansen has slipped. And that's ahead to Porter Enan. Enan with an easy 2. Gives him 22 on the night. Carter Hansen drives in, into the paint, kicks it back out to Skogsberg. Skogsberg thought about the long 3. Drives in, goes up with the right hand, no good. Rebound to Lennox. Talon Dirks kicks it out to Trey Gertis. Now Tate Gertis. And here's Enan. 4:19 to go. Vermilion trails now by 15 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Enan gets the ball back to Tate Gertis. Landon Cerny looks to check in. They kick it over to Dirks. Dirks for 3, and that is good. Talon Dirks came in averaging 6.4 points per game. And he now has 20. 2 players with 20 points for Lennox. Skogsberg with the offensive foul. That will be his 3rd personal. As Landon Cerny will check in for Connor Rohrig. It is now back up to an 18-point lead for Lennox with 3:50 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Talon Dirks. Back over to Tate Gertis. Over to Braxton Musser. Good ball movement from this Lennox Orioles team. Pull-up jumper for Porter Enan. No good. Rebound Carter Hansen. That is his 7th rebound of the night. Pretty much right at his season average. They hit Trey Hansen cutting. And they're going to call an offensive foul. That'll be Trey Hansen's 5th personal. And Connor Rohrig will check in. So 3:26 to go. 60-42, Vermilion trails. They get the ball into Porter Enan. Over to Tegan Musser. Here's Dirks again, gets it down low to Tate Gertis, unable to connect. Rebound Carter Hansen, that gives him 8 on the night. Carter Hansen over to Rohrig. Rohrig will drive in, up with the right hand, no good. 3 minutes to go. Vermilion trails 60-42. Number 15, Braxton Musser will drive in. Gets it over to Enan. Enan again with 22 points on the night. Dirks for 3. And that is good. Talon Dirks with a 3. Now has 23 on the night. And Vermilion will send in the reserves. Wyatt Morse, Gabe Larson. Didn't see the other numbers, but we'll get them when they check in. Zone Robinson over to Cerny. Cerny for 3. No good. Rebound to Dirks. As they get it ahead to Tate Gertis. And Lennox will send in their reserves as well. Braxton Musser for 3. No good. Rebound to Zone Robinson. 2:13 to go. Vermilion trails by 21. Zone over to Cerny. Cerny hits a cutting Rohrig. Rohrig in the paint. Goes up with it somehow. Then Rohrig is able to hit that. He has 5 points on the night. So there's going to be a timeout taken for substitutions, so we'll just keep it right here. Cade Roovers, Trenton Thomas, Hunter Morse, and Gabe Larson will check in. Landon Cerny comes out as well, so that Wyatt Morse is also out there for Vermilion. For Lennox, it is Ethan Lundquist, Cole Spieler, as well as Pierce Temme, Talon Ike, and Chloe McVeigh. So here's Temme. Temme over to McVeigh. Over to Lundquist. Back to Ike. Ike for 3. And Talon Ike hits a 3. Minute 33 to go. 22-point lead for Lennox. Here's Roovers. Tries to get it to Larson, and that is off of Lennox. That is off of Chloe McVeigh. So Vermilion will inbound the ball. Vermilion will fall to 10-6 on the season. Lennox will improve to 12-5. Minute 18 to go. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Vermilion gets it into Cade Roovers. Roovers picks up his dribble, gets it over to Trenton Thomas. Over to Hunter Morse. Morse into the paint, and he is going to be fouled. Hunter Morse is fouled by number 33, 6'3" senior Ethan Lundquist. So 66-44 in the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard with 1:05 to go. Vermilion trails. First free throw by Morse is good, getting him into the books. Now, Jackson Bittner, the 5'9" sophomore guard, will check in. Checking out number 13, 6-foot sophomore, Chloe McVeigh. 66-45, 1:05 to go. Second free throw for Morse is good. So Lennox brings the ball up. There's Larson on defense, gets it over to Ethan Lundquist. Good ball movement by this Lennox team. 52 seconds to go, 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Talon Ike for 3. Hits the stanchion, so that is no good. 43 seconds remaining. Vermilion will inbound the ball. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Vermilion trails by 20. Here's Gabe Larson. Larson at the top of the key. 30 seconds to go, 22 on the shot clock. That ball is tipped. Larson unable to come up with the rebound as Cole Spieler went up and over for it. 20 seconds to go. We'll see if Lennox just dribbles out, and they will. So Vermilion will fall. Lennox will improve to 12-5. Vermilion falls to 10-6. And that will be the final score, 66-46. Lennox will win. We'll be back after these messages with our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. This is ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube, and we'll be right back.
Vermilion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermilion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit vermilionmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermilion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermilion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermilion Vision Care Associates.
Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. This is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota National Bank supporting the hopes and dreams of their customers for over 150 years in personal, commercial, and ag lending. Well, the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard reads 66-46 in favor of Lennox. Vermilion made a game of it there at the end of the third quarter. They just could not come through in the fourth. The size and athleticism of Lennox just allowed them to pull away. Two players really did most of the damage for Lennox. Porter Enan with 24 points. No, Porter Enan, sorry, with 22. I did miscalculate there. So Talon Dirks with 23, Porter Enan with 22. You had 8 points for Braxton Musser, 4 for Tate Gertis, 4 for Tegan Musser, and 2 for Landon Smith, and then 3 for Talon Ike. That is your scoring roundup for Lennox. For Vermilion, they were led by Zone Robinson with 15, Bryson Skogsberg with 10, 4 for each of the Hanson boys, 2 for Cole Tweeton. Connor Rohrig ended up with 5, and Landon Cerny with 4, and Hunter Morse with 2. Again, just could not come through in the end, so Vermilion will fall. Vermilion will fall to a record of 10-6 on the season. And Lennox will improve to 12-5, really showing what kind of team they could be, what they were maybe expected to be at the beginning of the season. But that was expected with a full season of Porter Enon. So it really feels like maybe they're coming into what they could be. You had some players tonight. Tate Gertis comes in averaging 14. He scores 4 tonight. But Talon Dirks comes in averaging just over 6, and he comes in and scores 23. So looks like they have multiple weapons on this Lennox Orioles team. Just unable to close the gap was Vermilion. We're expecting Coach Jay Drake, but you know, sometimes after a loss you have things you need to talk about and things don't always work. So up next for Lennox, if you're wondering about that, they have Beersford tomorrow night, and then on Friday they play Del Rapids, and then they'll play Dakota Valley on the 23rd. For Vermilion, they have Wagner tomorrow night in Wagner, another boys-girls doubleheader. Should be a good matchup. Wagner is 11-5 on the season. They then have an odd doubleheader on Friday the 16th. Vermilion girls will play Parker in the early game. Vermilion boys will play Ponca in the late game. Ponca is 18-1. They are in Class C2, I believe, or D1 in Nebraska. They will then play Canton on Monday in Vermilion, or in Canton, and then they close their season on the 23rd against Parker in Vermilion. So that is wow. They just announced they raised over $25,000 for a student who graduated in 2023 who was in an automobile accident. Lance is his name. They sold these Love for Lance shirts. They also had free will donations. They also had 50-50 offering. They had bid items. So over $20,000 that they raised for a young man named Lance who graduated in 2023, and the community of Lennox is rallying behind. So quite impressive. I'm just taking a quick photo here, so if I'm not great at talking and doing other stuff, because I can multitask on some things, but not this. All right. So Vermilion with some significant games left to play. Wagner and Ponca both going to be tough. Canton is 9-7, and then Parker is 4-13. So winnable games, but tough games nonetheless. And here is Coach Jay Drake. So we'll get him on right away. We'll let him get his headset on. All right, so Coach, not the result you were hoping for. Made a good comeback in the third quarter, and then it just kind of got away there in the fourth.
Yeah, you know, not a good effort tonight. All three levels, that's what's disappointing as a program. You know, our C team got off to a really bad start and kind of carried over into the JV game. And, you know, it's frustrating because that's what we talked about before the varsity game is we've watched our lower levels, what it's looked like, and kind of start and just from the approach of the game, and then same thing happened, you know, and we let, it's a physical game. They're a lot more physical than us. It's just a physically stronger team, which you learn from that, and, you know, there's nothing we're going to do about that overnight. That's more of an off-season thing, and our guys got to learn from that. You know, they got big, strong kids. And, you know, going in, it's no disrespect to anyone else in our region, but, you know, going into the season, if Enon's healthy, you know, I thought, you know, Christian, Hamlin, probably Lennox are the three best teams in Class A. And they kind of played like it tonight. They, obviously, the way their season ended with us in here last year, I know coming off their game on Friday night with T, they weren't very happy with that, and they didn't shoot the ball very well. But we've got to be better, and we've got to be able to handle things better. You know, I thought we got frustrated in the first half, and we went back to some old habits, getting frustrated, letting, you know, things out on the floor dictate other things. You just got to go play the next play. Just try to go win the next possession. We did some nice things. You know, we strung some stops together in the third quarter. What's crazy is I still didn't think even in the second half we're playing all that great. You know, and we knocked one in at the end of the third, and it's an 11-point game. And we had some opportunities early fourth. You know, Landon had the free throw to cut it to 10. We missed the second one that would have got it to single digits. And not that it's a big difference, 9-10, but just from a psychological standpoint, when you get down 21-22, whatever it was at one point, you see that go to single digits. It kind of gives you life. It gets the crowd. And then we had 2 missed layups. You know, Zoe in transition and Carter each had makeable layups when it was 11 both times, and then both times it went to 13. We missed a layup, and we talk about it as coaches all the time. It seems like in games of basketball, when you miss a layup on one end, somehow it always ends up a made layup on the other end. You know, you make the layup, now they got to take it out. It slows things down, but usually you miss one. There they go on the other in transition. So we had 3 opportunities to get it to 9, and, you know, who knows, maybe. But when you get down that much to a team like that, it takes a lot just to try to get back in the basketball game and give yourself a chance. And, just a disappointing night. The only probably positive thing out of it is the fact that, you know, we're going to have to play much better, obviously, but we play in less than 24 hours. And sometimes you just need to get back on the court and try to wash this out. And, we'll have to get on the road tomorrow, and it'll be a tough one against Wagner, who's a team that's playing for the 1 seed in their region. They're right on Parkinson's heels right now, and they've got some veteran players, so we got to get ready to go.
Well, and, you know, you mentioned the layups, and that almost seemed like something in Dakota Valley, too. There was a steal by Carter and a missed layup, and just felt, all of a sudden you felt the air up and then and down, and that's psychology is and mindset is so important in basketball more than any other sport, I think.
Right, and that's the thing. There's so many momentum swings in a game, and obviously as coaches we preach and you tell kids you got to be able to play through things and just go win the next play, and yet those things can wear on you too. You know, and when you have opportunities like that, and, again, we had, and it's not just those, you know, I thought in the first half at times, we're missing too many shots around the basket right now, and those are game changers. It changes the way the game looks. Maybe they stop runs at times, whatever the case is, and we've got to be better finishing. But on the other side of that, you know, I think they finished with 66 or whatever it is, and we've got to be better defensively too. You know, at the end of one, I think they, I don't know what the score was, 23 maybe?
25-10.
25. You know, it's like we said, the 10 you'd like to have more, but the reality of the situation is, and, you know, what we feel as a program is 25 is too much. You know, they're on pace for 100. We're not guarding people. And even if you have them at 16, 17 points, even you can live with your 10 because, but we're digging ourselves whole. And you know, I think our guys, I called 2 or 3 timeouts just in that first quarter. And we've had a few of these games where we've kind of gotten down early. And, you know, I think our guys think, well, we'll just kind of settle in and get back in it. Well, when you get down to teams like this, you know, and we've done a nice job at times of fighting and get back in games, but it makes it extremely tough on you. And sometimes you get down too much, it's hard to even claw back into it.
Well, and that's exactly right. And, you know, Porter Enan, we knew what to expect from him. I mean, he physically, he just looks bigger than he has in the past. Like he's put on some muscle. But Talon Dirks, you know, comes in averaging about 6-7 points a game, comes in and scores 23. You know, just kind of blows up. You hold Tate Gertis down, who is a 14.5. You hold him to about 4.
He's another kid that's gotten a lot stronger from last year.
Yep.
You know, obviously played a lot of minutes last year as a freshman, but just upper body strength looks good. But yeah, you're right on Dirks. And we knew he can get going. He's a kid that can attack off the dribble, but also shoot the three. And he knocked down some big threes tonight. But again, like we've told our guys is, you know, sometimes I think fans or moms and dads will say, they were hot tonight, or that kid. Well, that's our job as a team defensively to not, you know, to limit those types of looks, not let guys get in a flow and rhythm. And he was definitely in a rhythm tonight.
He really was. And like you said, you know, you turn around now, you travel to Wagner, you take on a really solid Wagner team. They're 11-5. What do you do, and what do you tell your team between now and then?
Well, you know, we just told them we're going to have to be a lot better tomorrow night. I guess one positive is they're playing at Burke tonight, so we're kind of both in the same boat of playing back-to-backs. I would guess they'll probably beat Burke, which they'll come in at 12-5. They were right on Parkston's heels for the 1-2 seed. And the biggest thing is sometimes you just got to get the quicker you can get back on the court, the better. But with that said, we've got to understand, and we told our group that just because we're getting to play 24 hours later, it doesn't magically make everything just disappear. Like, we've got to make some changes the way maybe we approach the game tonight. What are we doing from a mindset standpoint, getting ourselves prepared, the bus ride over, all those things. It's got to be a different approach tomorrow night, and we'll have our hands full. They've got 3 Conoyer boys that have played a lot of basketball for them. The McFadden kid had a big game against us last year and can really shoot the basketball. They're another physical team, which scares you a little bit because they're probably not as athletic as Lennox, but just probably as physical. They're going to push you around, and we didn't handle that very well tonight. We're going to have to be a lot better doing it, going against it tomorrow night.
All right, well, Coach Drake, thank you so much for coming up and talking with us. Really appreciate it, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you. That was Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Let's just take a quick look around the state, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. As we'll wrap things up here shortly, but I want to make sure we take a look at what we have going on around the state. Again, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. Again, and this has been Vermilion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, our scoreboard sponsor, Midwest Ready Mix, and every time out, brought to you by Murph's Appliance. So in boys action, in AA, a no score update on the Aberdeen T area game. In Class A boys, Teoshpazina beat Crow Creek 79-71. Marty defeated Lakota Tech. Timberlake over Dupree. Wagner defeated Burke 66-58. Not quite the margin I think people would have expected. Wagner came in at 11-5. Burke came in at 5-11. So not quite the margin I think people would have thought with Wagner, but they will be coming in at 12-5, which means a victory over Wagner would mean second tier seed points. So that would be good. Ponca, Nebraska, defeated Elk Point Jefferson 56-50. So again, that is Vermilion's opponent on Friday. So giving us our update there. Millbank over Esteline Hendricks. Aberdeen Roncalli over Clark Willow Lake. Hillsbeaver Creek out of Minnesota beat Elkton Lake Benton. Canton over Parker. Wabash Summit defeated Britton Hecla. Parkston defeated Bonhomme 48-45. Parkston is now 11-6 on the season. Florence Henry over Langford area 64-24. Aberdeen Central and T area, no update. No update throughout the rest of Class A. In Class B, boys, Andy Central Dakota Christian defeated Menno 56-36. Menno again over Marty over Lakota Tech 69-63. Timberlake over Dupree. Wagner over Burke Hawkinson. North Dakota over Wilmot. Alcester Hudson over Sioux Falls Lutheran. Coleman Egan over Iroquois Lake Preston. Freeman Academy of Marion over Scotland Ethan over Corsica Stickney 66-64. Wall leads Kadoka area 59-58 with 1 minute to go. And Highmore Herald defeated Potter County. Those are our score updates from around the state, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home. Well, for Jen Ashley, I'm Michael Schumacher. This has been Vermilion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by, who's it brought to you by? Yeah, exactly. It's brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota National Bank, so much care, so close to home. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be in Wagner. Hope you can join us, and we will see you then. Again, for Jen Ashley, I'm Michael Schumacher. This has been ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton. And we will talk to you tomorrow night.